Yo, people, it is your girl Sophie. Technically, Sophie. Okay, I'm a little bit. Okay, let's do this again. It's your girl Sophia, aka Sophie, back again on Sophia's Football Talk. People, I'm sorry, it's been a few days since your girl did a stream, so, a little bit shaky. And also, fun story. Not really super fun, but, I'll tell you a story real quick before I introduce the guest. I went to a doctor's appointment earlier today and I had to put on a blood pressure monitor that I'm having on my arm. So, throughout the probably the stream here, you might see the camera go off because my arm is going to be like super pressurized, if that's going to make sense. So, I have to then, sit there a little bit in agony because, it hurts a little bit. But regardless, we all good. We all good. Gonna take it off tomorrow. It's be
Said,
good.
yeah, is your health all good? Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
so let's
yeah, yeah.
explain that.
I've been having lots of migraines lately, so we're just checking, doing sources tests and whatnot. So I also had like I went to the what's it called? When you go and check your eyesight yesterday.
Uh, Ophthalmologist
Thank you.
We
It's
call him
been years, so I had to just double check, and
or,
she
or,
said,
or optician, I guess.
yeah,
optician.
yeah.
Thank you,
Optician.
thank you. So I had to, probably might need some new glasses as well. And we're gonna try out lenses as well. Never done that. Yeah,
Mm.
all of the above. But regardless, people, welcome to the show. Hope that all of you are doing well. Make sure that you, of course, give this video a big thumbs up and as well subscribe to the channel as well as to my panelists here as well. We have Eddie from Eddie's Football Waffle. How are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, good to be back on your channel. Like it's always a good vibe on here. So yeah, thanks again for the invite.
Big up. Awesome. How are you, Nathan? Welcome. Big up.
I'm good. Hopefully, everyone else is also good.
Yeah.
Just happy I took a nice little international break.
Yes, you
I
did.
refuse to see. I refuse to see Gareth sideways football. So,
Yeah, I saw
as
a
an
little bit of it.
England fan, I have to just. I get a
Mm,
holiday basically. So, more than
I
happy to
mean,
take one.
well deserved. I tell you that much because I was watching a little bit of it. Ooh, you know they did their thing, but it's not the most exciting thing. Some players are flourishing, Bukayo Saka and whatnot. Harry Kane, eh?
Yeah, I mean, they're not
Which
really playing the best teams, were they? I mean, that Italy side was not good at all. I mean, the way they've fallen off since they won the Euros, it's kind of disgraceful. I hope
100%.
Mancini will keep like his job there because he's a good manager. But what is
Mm-hmm.
working in terms of that squad, it's not great. But yeah, England did well to beat them. They went and beat Ukraine. They weren't very, very good games. I watched the Ukraine game. First half, it was good, and then second half was just dead.
I agree. I saw the game. I was doing watch for that game as
I
well.
didn't see a minute of either game. I
Brother,
absolutely
you
refuse
didn't
to
miss
watch.
anything. I'll tell you that much. You did not
No, I
miss
just
anything.
refuse to watch.
Yeah.
I have seen way too many England squads over the last
Mm-hmm.
20 years just been floundered by FA's picks of who should coach the team. Not interested. I'll do the watch alongs for the World Cup, the Euros, but that's it. There's just no international watching for me anymore.
I
Yeah, I
get
mean,
that.
for me, I'd be more like interested to watch if like the manager was actually picking players on form, not just players he's got on with from
Tell
before.
them.
Yeah, that's his new policy. You know?
I can't have this argument again because I told Sophia the same thing. I'm like, I'm just fed up. It's very even in his interviews he says like I wanted to keep a close knit family. I mean, and
Yeah,
then he says things like I'm picking people on merit, where Calvin Phillips has played 60 minutes since the before the World Cup. Tammy Abraham doesn't get selected. Ivan Toney doesn't get selected. Fikayo
yeah.
Tomori doesn't get selected over Connor
Or
Cody.
tomorrow,
And Wolves were what were Wolves when before the World Cup? Wolves were what 13th in the league. I mean,
yeah.
Come on now. Mm,
So yeah, Southgate
not
should be on
interested.
cams for lying about the merit thing. You can't be lying as a manager. Come on.
Here's the
don't
thing,
lie, bro.
and people in
He's-
the chat might get triggered by this. The reason Southgate has a job is because he's extremely woke. That's it.
You say woke.
Woke, yeah. That's it. There is no, I never unless being Middlesbrough manager makes you qualified to coach the England squad. I
Oh,
And he's not even won anything, has he? As a manager, like it's really weird.
Listen, it's insulting to Sir Alf Ramsey because they go, he's the next best coach since Sir Alf Ramsey. So
Hmm.
you can take that for whatever that is.
Oh yeah.
That's just,
Hey, I
it
see
is
that.
what it is. I
Yeah.
don't.
There should be, probably once the Euros and whatnot starts next year, we gotta. It should be a proper show about is Southgate the right man for the job? We all probably know it's not, but regardless, let's say hi to the comments. Hello, Jordan. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well. It says go for Harry Kane. That's my prediction. Antonio Conte's gone. Yeah, we know. Thoughts about that quickly? Antonio Conte gone. Right
It was
decision.
coming. It was coming, wasn't it?
It
Like
was
how
all
many
coming.
times has he had like after a bad result, he's come out and he's just like he's been so depressed. He's
Mm,
talked about players. He's talked. I mean, I'm sure it's not the first occasion where he talks about the heritage, the player heritage. It's just like it was just a bit worse after the Southampton game where you could see he had enough. But
mhm.
like I'm saying before that, he was showing signs of not wanting to be there anyway. So it
Mhm.
was almost inevitable. So I'm not even surprised.
100%. No, I agree. You feel the same way, Nathan? Not being surprised with that that all?
It's much like the Ronaldo thing, right? You basically say things that go too far, and then it basically it's in the owner's hands to actually take a stance. They can't come out with a statement. They have to
Mhm.
either put a statement out saying we reprimand him, we suspend him for talking out, or you
Mhm.
sack him. And in Ronaldo's case, you can't do that because he's a player, so they sacked him. In this case, they also sacked him. I think as a manager, I think he could have got suspended by the owners,
Mhm.
but but the sacking was probably anyway. Normally, that's what happens when you go too far, when you speak out against
Hey,
the owners. So
100%.
So
That
it is like a proper sucking, not like mutual parting.
no,
Yeah.
I see they
it
they will
had yeah.
they will say mutual, right? Because at the end of the day, Daniel Levy has to save face somehow, right? Because one of Conte's statements was very simple. For 20 years, they have won nothing, having the best squads
Uh,
in probably the last 60 years. Probably they had a okay. I mean, I didn't live that long to know that, but I'm sure when Jimmy Greaves was around, they were a good side because I believe they won a league around that time. I believe the last time they won a league was in the 60s or something. Is that correct? Like they make the joke, right? The last time they won something, it was black and white TV or something. I mean, like, listen, I'm not paying attention to any of that, but I would
Woo.
assume when Jimmy Greaves was in the team, they were probably decent at one point of time.
Mhm.
But I mean, he has a point, and probably Levy to save face will say mutual agreement. But what
It
Conte
ain't.
said was bang on, wasn't it? 20 years, best teams you've seen in a long time, one
yeah,
nothing.
I was asking if he got sacked because, like, obviously Conte would have been wanting that compensation from getting
Mhm.
fired, not a mutual department, not
It'll
a.
be. I'm sure it'll be sacked, but they'll just word it differently. I'm sure he did get sacked. He'll get the severance, but they just word it differently to save face, probably.
100%. No,
You
I
gotta be
think
honest with that, man.
yeah.
That's just lying to the fans. You gotta be honest. You
Yeah,
gotta
but I
say
think I think unfortunately for the Spurs fans, they are quite well aware that they're being lied to a lot. So
Mhm. No, I think that as well. Yeah, but Spurs are doing Spursy things, so it is what it is. But we are doing United things. Speaking of United things, let's have some transfer talk, shall we? I mean, I wanted to do a little bit of the type of signing that we definitely do need if we're okay, going into the summer. A striker. We need somebody to nick the goals in at the end of the day, and whatnot. And I have some five potential sign-ins that we can make. First one we can potentially talk about is a Victor Osimhen. Would you guys prefer Victor Osimhen? Thoughts about the Victor Osimhen?
I think for me, he's my number one guy now to come in because I mean before this season I was watching him a bit for Napoli and like just even when Napoli weren't even in the title race, like the way this guy would play, sometimes you get isolated up front, and they get he just would be really good at pouncing on defenders to try and win loose balls. Like he's good at counter pressing. He's good at like bullying defenders as well. Like
Hmm.
I mean, I've heard some people saying that, oh, if we get him, he might be like Lukaku, but if you see the player profile of Osimhen, his
No.
control is a bit better. His
Yep.
dribbling is on point. And like this season, we've seen the stats. I mean, come on, man. You can't argue with like
Stunning.
his goals. What is it? 21 goals in 23 appearances is mad. And he's also getting assists as well, 5 assists.
Exactly.
That's 26 goal involvements in 23 appearances. That is crazy. That is like, if he kept that going, you could say, oh, maybe if Osimhen was winning the Scudetto and maybe winning the Champions League, you could say, wow, Osimhen, you could be Ballon d'Or. You know, this guy is a upcoming talent. I mean, yeah, I don't want to speak to you soon about everything. About,
No, but I see what you're saying.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, I just think back to some of his finishes as well. I mean,
Mhm.
the goal against Roma, just like when he was getting it on his knee and then volleying it into the top corner. I think that's like his best goal this season. So for me, I mean, the premium on his price is going to be high, but hey, if
Oof.
his owners come in quickly, hey, he should be a realistic possibility. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Osimhen.
Okay. Big up. What about you, Nathan? I mean, you already ready. We've decided we're gonna buy a mask and all. Come on now. You still feel the same?
Yes, yes, and 1,000 times yes.
I love that. Yeah, I
That's it.
mean,
I'd like
mhm.
to say something. Zoe dropped some knowledge about Jimmy Greaves, which kind of proved what I was saying correctly. So thank you, Zoe. Also, Zoe put a really nice shout there. I'm sure none of us have heard. I haven't watched Scottish football, but Kyogo Furuhashi with 23 goals, 3 assists for Celtic.
Yes, so we did mention that in one of my
There's three
streams
Japanese players, I
recently.
believe, in the Celtic team
Yeah.
as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So there's a lot of
Honorary
Japanese
shout.
players.
Okay.
Very,
Yeah,
very
we'll
good, very
definitely.
good shot. Very good
Okay.
shot.
Interesting. Interesting. So we all, I agree with all, both of you guys in terms of Victor Osimhen. I would love to get him. It's a player that we've been linked to heavily for a few windows now, you could say. Maybe agent Jude would Igalo be able to do it? Would he be able? I'm going to call him agent just because he's our agent who can potentially persuade a Victor Osimhen our way, but you never know. So for me, definitely a strong candidate. But how about a Harry Kane? Thoughts? Harry Kane.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen. I mean, obviously, people talk about Premier League proven, don't they? I mean, obviously, that goes without saying with Kane. He's pretty much going to be a top scorer if he keeps going for that. Was he 29? So maybe he's got like a good 3 years left.
I believe he's going to be 30 before the next season starts.
30.
Same.
So,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
when
yeah.
did like a lot of strikers really finish off? It's like 34, isn't it? Like something like that.
I think it greatly depends on their attributes. Kane
Yeah,
not
Hmm.
being one of the fastest people on as a forward, it might actually be faster for him, unless
Hmm.
he eventually gets converted to a number 10, which I think he'd be very fantastic in doing.
yeah.
Because
I
he
wanted to
will
see
be
like that.
behind the striker and he likes to feed the ball to the attackers anyway. So
Mm. Yeah,
I would say he has another good 2 years. I don't know if he's going to get those 50 goals though. He's like what 53 goals away or something like that. It's going to be tough.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, if we get him in, it depends how we use him. I mean,
Yep.
for me, that kind of goals thing, it's not a trophy, is it? It's like it's an achievement, but it's not a trophy. It's like if we were to get him in and then use him as like a false nine or a 10. I mean, we've seen the way he can get assists, the way
Yeah.
a good long pass on him, very good long
Hmm.
pass. I don't know if he's estimated well for his passing. He's a really good passer, and he's
Very
I
like
good.
agree.
he can read the game well as well. So, Ten Hag, I don't know. I mean, I would love to see a false nine kind of thing where Kane plays behind two wing forwards, a bit like when Liverpool were in their prime with like Mane and Salah. Kane as a hold-up player, playing it to
Yeah.
like Rashford to get him behind, or if we have maybe Anthony to get him behind, or Garnacho on
Hmm.
the other side, it'd be awesome. And like, so for me, Kane is a no-brainer. But I remember Sofia, we were talking before, like if we were to bring in an old player like that, it would be good to bring in another striker, obviously,
Hmm.
because you don't want to just be stuck when Kane leaves. A bit like how we were stuck when Van Persie went. We were stuck for a replacement, really.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, we need another striker to come in with him. So I don't know if you got Muwani on your list. So I don't know, maybe he could be another one to bring on the side of Kane. It really depends how much money is there to bring in.
100%. No, I
Uh,
agree. I mean, that this is also what we, like you said, we've been speaking a little bit about this before. If you do bring a Kane, I do think it's important to also have, like, you know somebody that can potentially be an understudy, because for me, and Harry Kane is not necessarily, you know a longevity thing, or like a long-term project, you can say, a long-term striker. It's, if we do decide to buy him, it will be more so like, we need you now, right now. And then I would then propose to have somebody that can, like I said, work as an understudy, um, that can, switch here and there. Because even though, the guy has been playing, I believe, every single game for Spurs this season, and
Mm.
he been dragging. The fact that Spurs is still in, this whole top four race, a lot of it has had to do with Harry Kane's contribution to that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you
Definitely, right?
look at his goal involvement, Sophia. I mean, 28 appearances, 21 goals, 2 assists. The guy is still at a top level in terms of like putting up goals, just getting involved with, like, just contributing. So yeah, he's still at the top of his game in terms of, what I mean, stat padding.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, wasn't it was it the worst ever season, I think, for him, or maybe for Spurs, or some points in this recent time with Mourinho, when they finished seventh, and he got, the golden boot, but also got the most assists at the same time. The guy is not just a goal scorer, but I do feel like he's also very good at, you know, contributing
Yeah,
to other people's goals. Do you know what I mean? I just, I don't know, his link up play and whatnot. Okay, you might not have the pace, but there's other stuff with Harry Kane's game that I really do like. He does it for the international team. I do understand with some people's concern with, you know, but does he do it in big games when it really matters? Does he really show up? Maybe you could say you can kind of give like a, I don't know, that can be like a fair criticism to give at some point. But
yeah,
if it does go to like let's be honest, no shade to Spurs, but come on now, a bigger team than Spurs, where you have better players around him, you have a different type of mentality where, okay, we're not going to try to just be, you know, competing for top four and whatnot. We're trying to get the trophies. We're trying to get the big guns. What? Come
yeah.
on now. So I do think that would probably, in a way, maybe not maybe, but definitely help him out.
Yeah, definitely.
You
You'd
know?
be around guys that are winning trophies. I mean, we've got Carabao Cup, possibly going to win the FA Cup, Europa League. So when he comes in there, I mean, Ten Hag alone should be enough motivation, or
Speak
what
on
do you
it.
call it?
Yep.
Enough of that kind of mentality guy to really push Kane to that level of, okay, sit him down and tell him, okay, you've come here to win and you're going to win. You can tell what Ten Hag does with certain players. He will get into their mind and give them confidence, because we've seen Rashford, the way he's been turned into this next level player. I thought Rashford was done after last season. I
A
thought
lot of
he
people
really
did.
go quick, because he
Yeah,
was stinking up the place.
he
Wasn't listening
was.
to managers, doing what he wants, swearing at fans. I think he was at one point last season. It looked
Yeah,
like
I
it
saw that
was
video.
curtains. So if he can do that if Ten Hag can do that with like Rashford, you got Kane. Who, come on, we know Kane is better technically than Rashford overall. So yeah, if Kane comes in, I'm sure he won't be like bottling it and doing all this kind of things. Because we got to remember that Kane is hungry too. He wants to win eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he should be a good signing.
Exactly. I agree with that too. What are your thoughts, Nathan, with Harry Kane?
Don't want him. Don't want him at all.
Ooh.
Really?
Ooh.
Don't want him at all. Listen, we got one Harry. I don't want another Harry.
Woo!
If I wanted to watch Wet Paint Dry, I'd listen to them do their post match conference. They are the most boring players ever to
Oh.
be in front of a mic. Like
Oh.
the most boring
Nathan is
ever.
harsh, man.
Now I think
I mean, I listen. I'm telling you this.
I find
I
Harry
used to
Kane
watch.
more interesting than Maguire,
Yeah,
in
Harry
my
Kane
opinion.
definitely
Harry
more
Kane got
interesting.
actually, Harry Kane can string sentences without going, oh. So, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Maguire is actually better than him. That's probably the only thing he is better
Wait,
Wait,
than him at.
wait.
wait, wait,
Talking
wait, 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 wait.
nonsense.
Wait a minute. Rewind. Huh?
Yeah, he does her a lot, which is weird. But when
Oh,
he
so I mean, in
talks.
terms of
Yeah, yeah.
speaking,
Oh,
Like
okay.
he
Maguire,
pauses, but he
yeah,
pauses like mid sentence, which is
The
sign
Harry
of
Kane
someone
does that.
who's yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I think Nathan's
Maguire
gonna
doesn't
ask.
do that because Maguire, as soon as you give him the question, he already has the answer ready. He has the PR team
Yeah,
is
but
there,
the
like in the
answer's
Yeah,
earpiece.
just
Oh yeah,
ugh.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralf Ragnick picked me for 300 games. Look at me, I'm the best
Oh,
English centre back in the world. You
yeah,
know,
but
I don't
Nathan,
need
has
to prove myself. Get out of here.
Yeah, Nathan, like Harry Maguire has an answer when he wants to show up to an interview. Like sometimes he's
yeah,
like, he doesn't
doesn't
even
show
want to
up.
be, he doesn't even want to be
Exactly.
there. He's
But that's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. He's always prepared for the interview. That's
uh,
what I like about him. He's always prepared for it. Whether he's going to say something stupid or not is a different thing. But he's
but-
always prepared for it.
okay. So
No,
apart from
but
his interviewing skills, then like, why you
no,
not like
I'm
him
saying
there?
that's the only thing he's better at in Harry Kane. I mean, like, and both of them are they're just so boring. They're just so boring. Like, just give me some guy from Japan speaking into the mic in English. Like, please. I just don't want to listen to them talk anymore. I'm
But
fed
okay,
up of
okay,
both of
okay.
them.
Wait, okay. Let's
Okay, apart from that, yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
apart
I'm
from
gonna
that,
this is going to sound this is going to sound harsh, but
Safe space, go.
but it's like that. It's every time I think about Harry Kane, I think about you're playing 1v1 on the basketball court with him. You do a little crossover, you ankle break him. The only difference is he doesn't get up after the ankle break. Because for me,
Hmm.
I don't think his ankles are going to hold out much longer. I'm very worried about that. He's had everyone says he's played every game of this season, but
Uh-huh.
fails to mention the seasons prior, which is
He
very
still
dangerous, which is a
was.
very dangerous to compare because he could just easily get back into it next season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm looking at it this way. If we don't re-sign Weghorst, and I don't know what's happening with Greenwood, we lost Cavani and Ronaldo. I don't know if we're going to call Hugo or whoever else from the youth up. We'll have actually no strikers if we sell Martial. We'll actually have none to select. At least we have some to select when they fit. We will have none next season if
That's
Kane
why
gets
you
injured.
get an understudy.
Yeah,
Huh?
but here's the problem with that now. I was thinking about that as well. I was
Okay.
thinking about all these combinations everyone has been throwing out recently. People are forgetting about the financial fair play aspect. If all these strikers want 100 million each, where are we? How are we going to create the rest? How are we going to fill up the rest of the team in spots we require? Gonzalo Ramos is 100 million buyout. Victor Osimhen is going to be above 100. Daniel Levy is going to rob us. Evan Ferguson is going to be 60 easy because he's 18, and he's probably the only one I'd agree because of how young he is. Like 60 for an 18-year-old, it's it's not good pricing, but you can at least understand. We're talking about buying someone for maybe 10, 12 years, like a Rooney thing, where he's here till he's 30. Who else is on the list? Dusan Vlahovic, left two left-footed. Jonathan David, two left-footed. We have enough single-footed players in our team,
Mm-hmm.
predominantly single-footed players, I should say. They're not entirely single-footed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Anthony is, but everyone else isn't. We have to spend the understudy is going to cost the same price. The understudies we are looking at are going to cost two-thirds or the same price as the actual player.
Hmm.
It is not worth it. A, B, we don't know what actual money we'll have to spend, which I think people are not thinking about. Everyone's very happy with the possibility of the Qataris coming in, but we still have to maintain FFP
Mm-hmm.
for our own functioning of our own football club.
Okay, Nathan, real quick
So
then, yeah.
yeah,
Remember Chelsea? They've just spent what is it, 600 million, whatever, in a single
yeah,
transfer
yeah,
window, right? So
yeah.
surely, like that is a big enough space for us to be getting these guys that can cost like 100 million. Or
I think I honestly see I can't really speak to how Todd Bowley has done that because I have no information about that. The only thing I would really tell people to do is don't think we can buy two players for 200 million. That sounds really dumb. And just because they have unlimited money, that doesn't mean we are going to get a pass at it. I just don't believe that's going to happen. They've been trying to catch Man City for the last 10 years. They might have finally got them. They're going to be on Manchester United from day dot. From day dot, they're going to
Mm-hmm.
start looking at these books. Let's be real. They don't give a shit about City. They give a shit about City now because of what they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, they are going to keep a very close eye on us. because the English press doesn't want the Qataris to come in. It's Manchester United where everybody doesn't like us anyway. We are not going to be able to do this freewheeling deal that Chelsea and Bowley ball's not going to happen for us. There is no 600 million window. I'll tell you right now.
No, I don't
Qataris
think
or no
that's going to be the
Qataris.
case. You
I just
do
don't. I
have to
just don't think it's going to
prioritize.
happen. There's no
We
way.
can't rule
And
it out though because like with Chelsea, and
I'll tell you why
with
I'll rule
Todd
it out.
Bowley,
I'll only rule it out, Eddie, because I don't want to get caught by the FA for doing something
yeah, yeah.
stupid where we
I'm
get
just
transfer
saying
banned.
though. I'm just saying,
That's it.
Nathan, though, like Todd Bowley, he doesn't even know football properly. He's come in, and I'm
All
sure
star
that like
game.
he's had his lawyers like find a loophole because I heard
Yeah.
there was something that he did with the contracts,
For
which allowed
Modric,
him to get the amount of players that he got in.
he did that for Modric even, especially.
Yeah. So there's got to be something that can be worked out. I mean, come on, we're Manchester United. There's got to be some kind of
See,
thing where we
I'm not
get
saying, Eddie,
lawyers.
I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm saying we will not get the 3, 4, 5 year leeway. Man City got to do whatever they want.
Hmm.
They will be on us the moment the Qataris show up. Everything is going to go through a fine tooth comb the moment they start throwing out the money.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
it just
and
depends on
that's the
the amount of
problem.
money that we
That is
can
our
spend.
problem.
Though. Like Nathan, we don't know how much we can spend. Though, like, I think we're
Exactly.
worrying.
That's another thing.
Yeah,
That's another
we're
thing I'm saying.
worrying
We
a
can't
little bit
spend
too much.
200 million on two players.
Yeah, I think
It's
we're
not
worrying
a
a
good
little bit
idea.
too much already. I think we've got to just focus on like what do you call it? Because we can spend in multiple transfer windows. That's the thing. We don't just have to just worry about one. Like so, for me, I mean, you can get one player that's 100 million for me because that's the market now. It's ridiculous. I think we do need an established player, and we're not going to get
100%.
an established player for cheap. So it doesn't have to be like okay, we get multiple guys for 100 million. Like there's got to be
Yeah.
like Ten Hag knows that there's certain options out there where
Hmm.
they're not going to be premium. He can work with young players. We've seen that at Ajax where he worked with a young team. He
Yeah.
made Tadic into a striker. We've already seen.
Right.
Yeah, we've
That is
already
so
seen.
true.
Well,
Tadic. Do you see
actually, well,
Tadic.
actually, well, actually,
Wow.
Dusan Tadic used to be a striker for Southampton, but then
But he wasn't that good.
he really lacked the finishing ability, so they pushed him off to the wing. So
All right. Well,
I mean,
we didn't see that.
that's neither here nor there.
That's
But
there.
at the end of the day, Ten Hag made him much more effective. Is the point really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mustafa is saying should we get why should Manchester United go for Osimhen for 100 million? You should get Gonzalo Ramos. We won't. He has a buyout clause, Mustafa, which is about 120 million euros, which is about 100 million pounds.
Okay.
So
But
I mean,
speaking
even if
of
that's the case, yeah,
we
I don't.
Gonzalo
cannot because
Ramos,
they have a buyout
Real
clause, so we
quickly,
can't do that anyway.
I don't think
okay.
we should be trying to save money unless, like Nathan's saying it
No,
relates to
but it's not
FFP.
about saving money, right? It's about incorporating the money equally,
Yeah,
Eddie.
yeah,
I'm not saying we shouldn't spend the money. We
No, no,
should
no.
if we have 300,
yeah,
buy
but,
6 players for 300
yeah, yeah.
instead
But
of three
Mustafa
players. You know
here
what I mean?
is kind of implying like we should be just be saving. Like we can get Goncalo for cheaper. It's almost like when you're in the shop and you see like
Or maybe
two,
Mustafa
two
thinks
cans of
maybe
soup.
Mustafa,
One's
yeah.
£1, one's 70 pence. It's
But
like which soup is better?
Evenly distribute the
Which
money.
yeah,
if
yeah.
you go for the
But
better player,
Eddie,
offer is
Mustafa
better.
might just think Gonzalo Ramos is the same striker profile as Osimhen, but he's just
Yeah,
cheaper.
Mustafa,
Maybe
you have to
that's
put that in the comment there because
yeah.
for
You
me,
might have to clarify
it
that
just
for
comes
us,
across as
Mustafa.
like you're trying to save money. We need to go for premium players. I'm fed up of Veghorst, McTominay, Fred, all of these guys who are too average. We can't be thinking about money until FFP comes into it. We got to be spending as the top legacy team. We won what 13 Premier Leagues. We should be spending the most because we
Whew.
actually
Yeah,
make the most commercially.
but Eddie, I think spending doesn't work that way anymore. Apparently, it works on revenue and stuff. And
Yeah,
But
because
what
but
we
if
are
you
how money
also
how
do
money
because
have the
people
outs?
but we are in debt, so technically we don't have the money to spend because we have
But
debts to pay.
the Qataris are willing
No,
to,
the Qataris will
fund
clear
it.
our debt, but I have a feeling we haven't been able to spend like that because the debt affects the way we can spend
Yeah, but
money.
that's. I mean, I see that for
yeah.
sure.
So
But I mean, a lot of it has to also do with like let's we're still having this process with potential new owners coming in and whatnot. So probably a lot of it would be. I mean, what's the word that I'm looking for? I think a lot of it would be a lot more clear if that makes sense once that stage is said and done, and we know, okay.
The other thing we have to take into consideration, Sophia, is the number of homegrown and European talent we have. That
Hmm.
is an sorry, international talent we have. That is another thing I've been keeping an eye on because it's
Okay.
been brought up recently.
Huh.
If we are to get rid of a bunch of English or UK based players, which is for people who, I mean, I'm sure everyone knows, but just to clarify, UK is England, Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. Unfortunately, we have a lot of players in those regions. Of well, I mean, it is Manchester United, but we have a lot of players that come under that. And this year it happens to be we want to get rid of a lot of players from that UK region. So the problem is we have to fill those with either homegrown talent or English talent.
But there will
That's another
probably
thing we need to
homegrown
keep into account.
talent coming in as well. I
But they
mean,
won't start, right? We won't have squad depth then. We are putting ourselves back in danger. It's like having Elanga on the bench again.
But I'm
That's
sure
the problem.
we've been able to match this quota for that. The
yeah,
No,
we
past
but
have.
think about
yeah,
the players we want to get rid of. Okay, we want to get rid of Jones, English; Maguire, English; Henderson, English; McTominay, Scottish. That's
yeah,
four players we need to get rid of. We need to replace them to have the quota at the end. We
yeah.
can't have
I
four
mean,
homegrown players from
yeah,
the youth
the
academy back into the
team,
team. Our team
yeah,
will
yeah,
be
yeah,
weaker
yeah.
again.
The team
Rashford
can
will
go
still
to the
be
youth.
there.
Rashford still, but yeah, the team can go to the
Rashford's
youth.
there.
We've got youth players coming through as well.
Kobe
Like,
Maino, I believe, is still, he signed a new
No,
yeah,
contract
Menu's
recently.
already in the team, so he's counted.
there's people
Kobe
like
Menu's
what is
already
it?
in the squad, so he's
McNeil.
counted.
I'm sure McNeil's one. Like,
So we have
there's
McNeil, we
youth
have
players
Ugle,
coming through that we
we
could
have McNeil, we have Ugle, but then we have and we have Led, but then we
Yeah.
have Mabry, who's not, Diallo, who's not. So we
Yeah,
have we have
I
we
think we're
have players
also
Alvaro
ignoring
Fernandez, who's
just
not.
quickly, yeah, just quickly, yeah. I think we're ignoring that there's English players that can be brought in as well to be
Yeah, no,
squad
that's what I was
There's
trying
a lot
to
of
iterate. That's what I was
players.
trying to iterate. We have
Yeah,
to replace them with
yeah.
English players. Yeah.
There's a lot of players that are better than Maguire. Loads. How many defenders are better than Maguire? There's so many. I mean, Maguire has 5 relegations. There's a lot of defenders that don't have
Woo!
that. Yeah, that can come in. There's
Yikes.
way better players than McTominay that are English. They're out there. I mean, people will say, okay, maybe Mason Mount can come in. I'm like,
No, no,
I,
no, no,
yeah,
no,
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 but
no, 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 no,
I
no,
prefer him over
Wait,
McTominay though.
no,
Over
no.
McTominay.
wait. Who,
I'll
who,
take
who do you
McTominay
prefer
over
over McTominay? Wait, I didn't catch that.
uh,
Who? Fred?
Mount.
Oh, Matt. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Mason Mount.
Hmm. Ah,
I'm not your favorite fan, but I'm saying we just need to upgrade on what we have. Yeah,
do I
and
prefer Mount over
There's
McTominay?
British players out there that can meet the quota that are better technically than McTominay.
Mhm.
Like Mount can actually carry the ball a
Yeah.
little bit. His goal involvements or goal contributions, I think he's been involved in the most since Tuchel was taken over. He was involved in the most goals.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So there's players like that that can come in to fill the quota. I don't think we should be worried about that kind of thing.
No, no, but the I think the question in that case, Eddie, is what happens to our overall squad strength? It depends on who we also have to get rid of overseas players. We got to get rid of Eric Bailly, Alex Telles. We're not taking into account the number of players we have to get rid of. Can we get rid of them in time to get more overseas players in? See, the whole thing I'm worried about
Hmm.
now when I'm thinking about it, because now we are coming to the end of the season. Now we can think for we have the benefit of kind of thinking forward. I think if we beat Newcastle, Arsenal beat Liverpool, I think we are going to get third. That may sound very outrageous to say 10 games
No, 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 no,
left.
not at all.
No, I
I
think,
I genuinely think everyone knocks each other out of the race this week if everything goes well.
Oh, it's going to be
Um,
exciting.
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
the closest
this week
chance
I
was
think
was
is one
third.
of the most exciting weeks. I
Okay.
think this week is going to be very exciting for us. I
I think
really
so
do
too.
have that feeling.
100%.
Um,
Yeah.
so we have so many overseas play. The overseas quota is another thing, Eddie. We got to get rid of the overseas players to get in overseas players.
Yeah. Just
Right now,
think
we're
about
talking
this
about
though.
overseas players. We're talking
Yeah.
about Portuguese players,
I hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Nigerian players,
But yeah, Nathan, think about
and
this though. We've been able to loan certain players to certain clubs, yeah.
yeah,
So there is interest in the likes of
yeah.
Tellez and Bailly. Those could
Yeah.
become permanent transfers.
I
So
actually think we
it's
don't.
not
I
like no
actually
one's
think we
coming
get.
for players.
I actually think we get no money for either of them, in
I
particular.
did. I did hear that Tellus. I mean, Sevilla. Was it Sevilla?
I
Or
mean,
was it?
Sevilla are struggling. They're
It was
actually
Sevilla.
finally moving
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. They're not gonna make it permanent. He coming back.
Yeah. because they are not even going to finish in Europe. They can't afford to
Mm-hmm.
half even pay half
But
of
then
those
you need to
wages to
figure
the
out,
next.
okay, will it be some other
And another thing,
interesting
the
way down?
loan.
But
Another thing we have to take into account: the loan is always sometimes mostly we have to pay half their wages, so we're
mm-hmm.
still paying them.
Yeah, I think
I don't like that either.
at the end of the day, because obviously these guys are businessmen at Man United, yeah, but
I think they'll.
yeah,
They gotta figure it out.
you're going to need to take a loss over keeping certain
Yeah,
players.
yeah,
So
100%.
but someone still has to want to buy them, Eddie. That's what I'm
yeah,
worried about.
so, I mean,
That's what I'm not
buy,
worried. I'm not worried about selling them
yeah.
at a loss. I'm worried about someone wanting them so we
I
can
mean,
sell them at a
Somebody
loss.
will.
we've seen
I think.
Bailly can
Some of them.
actually. So it's just his fitness, isn't it, with his injuries and all
Yeah.
that. But it's like if he goes to like a lower level of football, I'm sure Bailly will not recognize he's at the top level to be warranting a move to that, top 4 team or
But
whatever.
wouldn't it
A
be?
smaller team should be able to get him in, like for.
Isn't it an
Oh,
option?
Eddie,
Isn't it?
Eddie, we
But
we did, we did this. We did this. I think last month, where it was
huh.
me, Sofia, and Ali, and we were like, "You think Maguire is going to the Premier League?" And they were like, "Yeah, of course, someone will take them." And I'm like, "Okay, tell me how many top teams in the Premier League play a back three." And we were going through all of them, and they were like, "No, no, no, no." I'm like, "You think he's going to play the back two in one of the teams that like have to fight for relegation every season?" I'm like, "That's not going to happen. He
Yeah,
has to fit
he's
back
gonna
into a
go
back
to.
three."
Well, he's gonna go to like a. I could see Leicester wanting him to.
Maybe
I
go
could see
back to
Leicester
Leicester.
wanting them in.
Seriously,
You know what I mean?
he could.
Maybe.
He can't expect to be going to a top team when he's aging,
No,
even
he
though
can't expect it, but
he's
he I
delusional
think
right
I
now.
think
He
I
thinks
mean,
I,
he's
he
saying
can.
goodbye
The way
England.
he talking, he can.
Yeah,
no, no,
he,
but what I would say, Eddie, is I think he would go to a team which actually suits his style because he'll have the choice as him moving out of our club will actually have the choice when he sees all the offers. He'll know all the players in the squad then, so he if he go for example, if he goes to if Aston Villa want him, let's say. So he's not quicker than Ezri Konsa. He is better than Tyrone Mings, but but
well, who's
he's
quicker
not
than
fast.
Tyrone?
You say
Harry Maguire is
Maguire.
actually a better defender than Tyrone Mings is an
Oh, but he said he was
absolute natural.
quicker. No, I think I
Yeah,
misheard.
that's what I
Oh
was going
no.
to say
He's
because
not
they play a
quicker than
back two.
anyone, but
That's
So
exactly what I was going to say. He's a better defender, but if they're going to play a back two, Mings and Konsa are fast. So he can't play for Aston Villa. And like that, we went down the line and we went, oh, can't play for them, can't play for them, can't play for them. We did that until we realized he could play for Wolves or what was the other team? I don't even remember. Brentford with
hmm
Ben Mee is not fast. Ben Mee, he's better than Ben Mee.
yeah.
Oh my God. Do
But
you
I
guys
don't
not think
care.
he's.
I don't
You're
care who
all
he goes
paused.
to.
You're all paused. And I got really worried when I said he's not better than Ben Mee. And like everyone was like, oh no. I was
No,
like,
no,
You
no.
know
I
what?
was
who's
just
Yeah?
better than
like,
him?
You know what? Another team he could go to, like who's been spending a lot of money, is Nottingham Forest. If they still have,
But they play
funds
a
there,
back three, right?
they
They play a back three.
do they play back three? I mean, Maguire can play in the back three. I mean, he used to do it for
That's what
England.
I'm saying. They play a
Yeah,
back three. He'll have
yeah,
to go to a back three team to get the best out of the rest of his career.
yeah. Just there will be places that Maguire can go. I mean, just
I think the best he
yeah.
can do based on where everyone is in the league at present, I think the best he can do is Brentford because he'll finish top 10 at least.
ooh.
The
Speaking
question
of
is the
Brentford,
question
though.
is does
Yeah, I
he
don't
Go
think
ahead.
get
Brentford
Go ahead.
ahead
even
of
want him. Would
No,
Brentford
that's what
want
I'm
that
saying.
kind of
That's what
player?
I'm saying, right? That's exactly the worry. That is the main worry,
Would
Eddie.
Thomas
Who's going to
Frank
Yeah.
want
actually
him?
take these players?
This is why I
Who's
was
going
saying
to
the
take
likes of Nottingham Forest, because they do counter attacking football there. They don't dominate the ball or anything. Even
Yeah.
playing in a counter attacking team, they're still. I mean, we could even think that Spurs might have been taken because they play counter
better
attacking.
than Dyer?
You know?
Better than Dyer.
Maybe same level as
Maybe
Diane. I
same.
don't know if he's
I
better.
might even say same.
Yeah, but I don't think he makes the mistakes Dyer does. Like Dyer,
Oh no, Maguire is clumsy. Like,
Nathan. He did it for
you go on
England.
YouTube and
I
find
swear to you, he
compilations of
did
his
it for England.
the
The
sad part is
Italy
they
goal,
were both
yeah.
center
that
back
was him.
partners. They were
Italy's
both
goal,
center
yeah,
back
and it's
partners,
3-1
right?
loss. Yeah, Maguire was trying to be like I don't know, who's one of them defenders that brings the ball, like a Rio Ferdinand, just trying to bring out the ball, and he tried to
That's
do too
not a
much,
part of your
and he makes
game, bro.
mistakes.
Stop it. Stop
How is
doing that.
Rajat saying how is Ben Mee not bad but not good? Exactly, Rajat. That's why I think he could replace him at Brentford. But Eddie brings a great point there. They must want him.
And
So
that's a very good point.
I
But
think the real overall worry is we can sit here, we can like write down at least 10 players we want out of the club. Two problems. One is, how many can we actually get rid of, Qataris or no Qataris, because it depends on the other team's interest. And the
Hmm.
second thing is, can we fill in the quota that is required? Because I don't want to bring in youth players. We didn't give Charlie Savage and Zidane Iqbal a chance this season. If that was the case, why didn't we just use them this season? Like, they're not going to
But
be
what
ready
if?
because of 6 months of playing somewhere else. They only got 6 months. The first 6 months they were here.
But what
But I
if
think
it
that,
has to
yeah,
do with Ten Hag wanting to steady the ship first?
yeah, that's
You
what I
know,
But
think.
right?
how will he steady the ship by getting more youth players in the
No, no,
squad?
no, no.
You
That's
know,
exactly my
before
thought. You steady the ship first, and then next season you can bring more youth players in. You can integrate them
So
slowly into the
so
team.
so do you think we get rid of the players we want to get rid of at the end of the season? Do you
I
think
don't
we
think
get
we
rid
get
of
rid
all
of
of them?
everybody. I think we get rid of. I mean, okay, McTominay will
Because
leave.
we have a
Guard will come.
foreign player quota, which is more important because that's only 8 players. We have to get rid of the foreign quota more
I
than
think
the English
I
quota.
have to go back to a point I made before. We don't have to do everything in one window. You know,
Yeah.
No, but the
it's
strikers we want are
still need regular
foreigners.
players.
We need to get rid of the foreign players. The strikers we want are all
Is it really a
foreigners.
thing? I didn't. Is that really
There
a
is a
thing?
foreigner quota and there is an English slash homegrown quota. That's what it's called. I believe
Okay.
the ratio is 17-8 in a team of 25.
Really
Yeah.
interesting. But I do think. I mean, they figure it out. They
I
Yeah,
came here.
figure
I
it
came here
out.
with my Harry Glass ankles Kane out, promo ready. I had it all ready today. I was like, nah, man, I don't want to get crossed over by some Brentford defender stooge, and have his ankles all over the place doing the doing
Nathan.
the.
Nathan, I think your beef with Kane is personal as well because when
It's
you're
not
talking,
it's not
when,
personal at all.
nah, I mean, you're
I'm an
talking
England
about his
fan. It's not
interviewing.
personal at all. He is boring as all hell. We
It's not
had
really
we
talking
had
about his interviewing
But
skills.
wait,
He
wait,
was
wait, wait,
talking
wait.
about
When you
that
say
for
it's
ages.
boring, wait. I
okay.
get it with the speed,
Think
but like
about it. Think
boring.
about it. All the people we have signed in the last 3 years,
He's not
what do they all have in common?
who? Wait, what?
I don't know, man. What?
What they all have in common is they have a welcome to Manchester United interview. Now tell me something, okay? Maybe it's just me. But
Yeah,
when you heard Lisandro Martinez talk about our team, what did you think?
I actually
Because
can't
I'll tell
remember, bro.
because I'll
And
tell
you
you
know
what I
what? Yeah,
think.
I'll
You
make a
know what
big
I thought?
point. Yeah, I don't come to watch players interview. I come to
No,
watch.
but you know
I
why?
come to
The
watch
interview, the
ballers.
interview.
Nathan, I come to watch ballers on the pitch.
No,
And
no,
when I
but you
watch
don't understand.
Kane, when I
The
watch
interview shows
Kane,
intent. But
Nathan,
Eddie, the
when I watch
interview shows
Kane, yeah,
intent. If you
I'm
go back and listen to Lisandro Martinez's interview,
I
and you
don't
go back and
care,
listen
But
to,
bro.
how would we
When I
not
watch
no,
know
no,
Kane,
no,
his
no,
I'm
no, no,
intent?
no.
entertained.
Wait.
I'm
You need
entertained
to
on the
care.
pitch.
I'll tell you
I
why you
don't
need to
care
care,
about.
Eddie. I'll tell you.
Listen though. Listen.
Watch the Harry
When we
Maguire
see
interview.
Kane, we see
No, no,
Kane.
just
Let me break this down. I'll let you win. I'll let you
okay,
win. Don't
okay.
worry about it.
Let it go.
When
Yeah.
we see Kane, we see he's got something wrong with his mouth. Yeah. So
Nah, I don't care about that.
so
I
we're gonna
acknowledge that
see.
he does.
No, yeah, he's got a little
He
impediment.
has an underbite. He has
Yeah,
an underbite.
No,
He's got
doesn't
an
he have a
impediment.
speech
He's got an
imped? Yeah,
impediment. Yeah.
he does.
So people that have impediments, they tend to be less confident when they're speaking. And
Yeah.
if you're less confident when you're speaking, you don't tend to develop all of that charisma, all of that stuff that you would do when you're comfortable speaking. So we've got to give him a little bit of allowance for that. But I
Okay,
come
cool.
back to my main
Lisandro
point.
Martinez's
Just to
second
finish
language
off,
is
bro.
English.
Just to finish off,
Let him just finish his point, and then we go to you,
I
Nathan.
come
Yeah.
to see people play ball,
Mm-hmm.
not interviews.
No,
Okay,
no,
I'm
no.
entertained by the way
This
Kane
is where
plays.
I'll disagree with you because there are people who are motivated to play for this shirt way before they ever put on a shirt, Eddie. And I've seen it with Lisandro Martinez. You can go back, look at that Maguire interview. He talks a lot of crap. He talks about the history. He doesn't talk about what he's going to bring to the table. Lisandro Martinez is like, sign me up, put the boots on, let's go.
But
Your
how
intent
do we know
matters
that
because your
Harry Kane
interview is the
wouldn't do the
first sign of
same?
intent. Because he
Yeah,
doesn't do it in general.
But we can't. But can I
Why
just
would it,
maybe?
he's played only for Spurs. He's never ever done it. Why would his intensity change because he signed for Manchester United?
because he can actually win, though, Nathan. Like with
But
Yeah.
Spurs,
I have to disagree
we'll
with you.
see
But
how
the
bad they
season
are.
Leicester City, the season Leicester City when they won the league, they could have definitely won that league.
That's an exceptional. What do you call
No,
it?
no,
That's a one
Leicester
up.
City,
That's a
yeah,
one up.
Leicester City winning is the exceptional part. I'm talking about
Yeah.
they could have won the league that season. Spurs could have won the league that season.
Oh, you talk about
I'm not
Spurs
talking
could have
about.
won. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
I'm not talking about
yeah,
Leicester. Leicester
okay.
City, Claudio Ranieri every week went, we need 38 points. We need 38 points. That's all he said the entire season. We need 38 points. When he
So
got
you're gonna
38 points, he's
blame
like, we're
Kane
not
for
getting.
that when it's about the whole team as well. We got to
I
think about
think
that.
I think intent I think intent matters, and I think that interview is it's like when you go for a job interview. They see your intent and then they go, yeah, we want this guy. This guy is going to run through a
No,
Yo,
brick wall,
Nathan,
and it
Nathan,
happens.
how many people like I can actually be the example for this. How many people interview well in a job and then they go on to stink up the place? I've done this at jobs where I've shown
hey,
up with like all of the nice
Fair enough.
all of the
Fair
nice
enough. Okay.
contextual
Fair
answers,
enough.
and then when I go and try and do the physical part of the job, I've been shit. I've been lazy.
Okay.
I've been late. It's like you can talk a good game, but you got to back it up with like the physical stuff. Kane backs it up with the physical stuff, man. Come
Um,
on, Nathan. Look at
Nathan.
the stats.
I don't have an agenda with Kane. I
No, no,
don't
no, no.
because
Yes.
first the reason I can't
That
have an
is
agenda with Kane is
four.
because
What is
I no, not really. No, not really. I am worried about the price tag. A, B,
That's fair. But that
I'm
that
worried
is
about
fair.
his
That
many
part.
many injury ridden seasons, even though he still
Okay.
finishes with 20 goals.
Also fair.
Uh,
Hmm.
I look at it as I don't think we're going to have any strikers at the beginning of next season. So if he gets injured, we're really screwed. Like if people complained about this season, we're really screwed next season because we got
Yeah.
no strikers next season. Zero, nada, none. So it's too much of a risk for me. And Daniel Levy is going to skin us. And I'd rather have Ivan Tony. If you're going English, I'd rather have Ivan
I
Tony.
was going. That's
Give me Ivan the Terrible. Sir Ivan the Terrible.
I
Give
do
that
me
like
is
him.
my
I
Ivan.
take
next
him.
talking point. Ivan
I take
Tony
Ivan
is
Tony.
also like
It's not
an
an English
honorary
thing. I take
shout.
Ivan Tony.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ivan Tony. We should talk about him, man. I mean,
Yeah. Let's do
come
that.
on.
I have been singing his praises all along. Everyone's like, Kane. I'm like, nah, I'll go for Tony. You want a real baller? And you know what I like about him? He reminds me. He's like Martinez. He's like, let's go, baby, let's go. You know, he's like, come on, we're gonna get some tackles in. We're gonna get some red cards. We're gonna have fun here today.
Also,
And
if we do
that's what I
get
want.
penalties, hey, Ivan Tony can
Oh,
take
that
them.
technique, man. He's so
Never
clean.
missed.
The way he hits it. You know what I mean? He just hits it into that side netting as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just got to talk a little bit on Tony. Tony,
Go.
the way he can hold up the ball, that's what we need up front. Like, he actually reminds me of Osimhen from time to time, where he's just battling defenders. He enjoys battling defenders, unnerving all of the guys that try and stop him getting the ball. I mean, remember against Arsenal, where he was beating, what's his name, Saliba, to I think it was 10 duels he won, and Saliba won no duels. Like Tony's
Yes.
been doing that for a lot of games where he will bully defenders. And we've seen, like, I mean, I'm just trying to see his stats now for this season. I mean, what, 16 goals in 25 appearances, 4 assists as well. So, you
Come
know, I
on
mean,
now.
he can pass the ball as well. He's got
Oof.
some good technique. I mean, and he's doing that at Brentford.
Exactly.
I've heard people say, okay, maybe his mentality may not be that great because we've seen him disrespect Brentford, you know, saying they were, you know, shit and all of that stuff. But it's like, would he come to Man United, the biggest club in England, if not the world? Would he come and even dare to disrespect? Like, I think he would change up his game. I think he would actually take more responsibility and be proud to wear this shirt. He's not proud at Brentford. We know that. Go to Man United. He's not going to get a better move than that. He's going to fix up. And like I said, you can't argue with the goals that he's got. He's like one of the top scorers apart from Kane and all these other guys. And you would meet the quota, Nathan. That's an English player.
That's what I said. I'm not against. I'm not against no English players. I'm like, if you're going English, I want Ivan Tony.
Okay.
He's 3 years young. He's 3 years younger than Kane. 3 years.
In my age. Oh.
He literally turned 27 exactly 2 weeks from today.
Oh.
16th
Nice.
March, he turned 27.
Okay, you're
So
younger than me. Okay.
And I don't
Okay.
think his injury record is bad, is it? I'm not really.
yeah, so Rajat saying his betting thing isn't good. Cantona kicked a fan. Rooney, Giggs. Should we do this? I don't want to do this. I feel actually sad about all these things. But if we're gonna do this, we can do this like this. He kicked a fan. A
Yeah.
fan, not even a player. Roy Keane did plenty of those.
But
Add
did
Roy Keane to it
he?
if you want.
I think we can get Tony to
I
the
mean,
Gamblers Anonymous. Get him
betting is way less.
rehabilitated. We could get a winner from
Eddie,
the
what do you think? I think betting is way less worse than stomping a fan's face. Am I wrong?
Of course, it goes without saying. Like, you know, so like I said, like you can get him to
He likes to
rehabilitation.
gamble. Oh no, like
He,
I don't care about that.
we can get him to rehab, guys. Okay, we don't care
Yeah,
about
Yeah.
yeah.
We
We'll
can,
make him learn how to play Monopoly. Whatever. Like we can figure that
you
out. He can play
know.
Monopoly for fun with the
But the
boys.
whole situation with him, has that been like, has he been
No, it's
recharged yet?
not. So
What is
that
it?
is the problem. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not been resolved.
Yeah.
There are people saying that he might get a few games banned, and the few games in question would be, I don't believe it, but people are telling me he might get a 6 match ban.
Oh, I would
Now you
never
got to
say.
keep this in mind. It will only be actual games, so friendlies obviously don't count. Although, yeah, friendlies won't count, or those cup competitions we're going for in America won't count. You'll
Oh,
actually miss 6 games. So
okay.
that's a bit of a problem depending
Oh
on
no,
what our
I get it.
schedule is.
So at the
Yeah.
big,
So
okay.
he'll miss 6 Premier League games basically at a minimum, and we don't know what the schedule is, obviously. So those could be really
Yeah, that
important
might be
games.
a ooh, yeah.
Why is
So
this
that's a
suspension
problem.
starting next season though? Why is it not just
Wouldn't it
starting
just
now?
be
Yeah,
best to just do it now?
Yeah, I don't.
well,
Why
Do
of
it
don't
course
now.
it would, but I think Brentford have put a stay on it because it affects Brentford's season, right? They might finish in Europe. They're looking out for themselves, right? Because
But they don't
I
get to
mean,
choose when it starts, don't it?
I think no, they're not choosing Eddie. I think it's called a stay order. So basically, it's a delay tactic. It's like a
Oh,
legal delay tactic. Come on, man.
Really?
Like you said, they're businessmen. You think they're just gonna go, oh yeah,
yeah.
give him his suspension now while we fall out of 7th place or whatever. They're not
Okay.
gonna
Yeah,
do that.
I think Tony's off the table then because we're seeing like when we had Martial when he was showing up in pre-season and then we just missed him. It's like we can't have
Oh,
that same thing again with missing strikers.
oh my God. Speaking of Martial, do you think that, would he have a role, any type of involvement this season? Would he be beneficial for Man United?
Yeah. Remember when he came back for that brief period of
Oh, I
games?
agree.
He
I'm just thinking,
was getting goals and assists already.
yeah, but would he be able to just, all I'm saying, Martial, please, when you come back now, brother, just stay fit. Please, I beg you. I beg you. But there has to be a reason why, because right now, for I believe weeks now, he's been, training and whatnot, and as he technically could have maybe, been put in the squad and whatnot. But I feel like maybe this time Ten Hag and the maybe the medical staff are trying to be like, okay, let's try to ease him in now. Let's literally not try to rush him in. But I don't know. Would you guys think? I mean, I'm gonna do a match preview for the Newcastle game, regardless on Friday. But you know, quick one. Do you guys think that he would not necessarily be available for that game, but maybe a game next week, soon?
I'd take him in any games. We were dealing with Weghorst, yeah.
I need him. I want him to come
Yeah.
back.
I
The
mean, what's
worst part is
Weghorst's
when he's
record
been
as
here,
well?
he's actually been doing well when he's been playing.
Yeah,
It's just about the availability. That's it.
yeah. I
I,
mean,
I, I like I like Vegas, so
Yeah,
why?
you have said that.
It's like
Would you
what?
want to keep
uh,
him?
So what? He runs and presses and can pass the ball a little bit.
well, Eddie,
What's the standards here?
I see your frustration and I get it, but I can just tell you to go back 10 months and nobody was doing it.
Nobody was doing
Nobody
what?
was nobody was doing the basics. The thing you're complaining that Vegas does, none of our players were doing last season. We literally ran the least
Oh yeah,
in the
come on.
whole
Last
season.
season though.
Yeah, so I mean it does count for something.
Of
Like,
course. No, 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 nobody. Yeah, yeah,
Huh?
yeah. But like, imagine
can
if
you
we
can you
just
tell
had.
can I
Go ahead.
okay, here's a real you like this conspiracy theory, Eddie. Check this out. Because Martial is so injury prone, his work rate might actually be affected if he starts playing games. Are you okay with that?
Whose
Because
work rate?
we got his work rate, his actual work rate of covering the ground himself, his personal work rate will
Oh,
be
you talk
affected
about
because
Martial's work rate
yeah.
Okay,
would be.
So
you think
are you
he'll be
not, because he
slowing
might not
down?
want to get
Yeah.
injured again, right? He might not want to get injured again. So it's understandable. He just
Nah, but he's
he's
gonna want to
got no
work
games.
hard. He's gonna want to work hard to actually
But
get back to his
it could
speed.
aggravate him to get injured again, right? That's the
That,
thing.
that,
But then you
that's the
need to
risk.
tweak
That's
the
the risk
game a
that
bit
people
then.
run. Let me come up with an example now. We look at Varane. Varane was injury prone for a lot of last season. this season, the way he's been playing, he's not. I don't think he's slowed down from what I've seen.
No.
I don't think he's been really injured this season. He's for me. He's been a top contributor to us getting clean sheets or whatever. Great defense, all of that. Way better than Maguire. Yeah, I think Martial will come in and he's going to try his best, or otherwise he's going to be transferred out. Like Ten Hag's not going to just have this player just constantly be on the injury table. I mean, he's going to demand top level, or he won't get picked. You won't get picked. I think Marcel will come in. I think he will try his best. But even if he slows down because of his injury, it's still going to be faster than Veghorst. I mean, Veghorst is
No,
just,
no. I was no, Eddie. I'm not talking about pace. I'm talking about work rate. I'm not talking about like the
But
speed.
that comes into it.
I have a feeling.
You need pace to counter press, to press, to do all of that stuff that Ten Hag wants. You need it. You need pace. You need pace.
I just have a feeling that I think Anthony Martial has been training with the starting 11 all these games is because Ten Hag thinks he's going to break down again. I really do think so, because I think he should have already at least got a few minutes in some game, in the Betis game where we were like 9-0 up or whatever. Like he got no time in any game, and he was fit for those games. And I think Ten Hag is like, this dude might just break again, man. Like, let's just keep him
But
in
that's
practice and
why
see what happens.
that's
It's
why it's taking longer and whatnot. Just
Yeah,
let him
and here's
train.
another thing, Eddie. If he gets injured again and he's not fit for the rest of the season, we can't even sell him. That's another problem.
Oh Lord.
But
Man,
then he
I'd be
needs to
worried,
play
dude. If I don't
games.
want
He
Anthony
needs to play
Martial in my
games in
team,
order
I
to
wouldn't play
attract
him.
teams as well. He needs to play games in order to attract teams too.
But
So
if
that's
he's in,
actually a
but if
conundrum.
he's injured, Eddie, he's worth nothing. It's like Van de Beek. He's worth nothing if he's injured. He's worth nothing.
I've got to go with what Sofia's saying. Then, like, we can see that he's not being rushed back in. There's surely going to be some games where he's just he's going to be slowly put in,
Oh
maybe for
yeah, yeah.
like
He's
a 10
definitely,
minute
yeah,
sub
yeah.
or 20-minute
Yeah,
substitution
he
period,
ain't
something
gonna
like
be
But
playing a full 90 minutes, that for sure.
but
that.
Eddie, that's why I said he was actually available for the last two games we played before the international break. He was training with the boys. He didn't get any minutes.
But
That's
that's
worrying to me.
probably no.
That's worrying to me.
I don't even. I mean, I see it. I think it's a decision that Ten Hag has made that not
I think
now.
he wants to see if he's going to break again. Like, I'm genuinely being serious, and I don't wish injury on our players,
No,
but
of
I
course
think
not.
he's waiting to see if it'll happen again, which is
Okay,
very worrying
I
to
say
me.
this then, guys. If we don't see him after this international break, then I think Nathan is onto something here with the sheer worry over not breaking your best striker.
Seriously.
He's surely got to get a start then,
You have to.
because come on, what's he been doing over the international break then? If he was fit before that, surely he's going to have the optimum fitness now. So I expect to see him starting, because I hope he starts. Like I said, I'm not Veghorst fan at all.
Oh.
Um,
Mhm.
I would say, okay, I give him props for having that work rate that Nathan was saying. Obviously compared to last season, okay, he looks like he's something. But hey, if we have Martial available, we've seen what he can do in preseason, and for like a
And
little bit
also
more
some
in
games this
season.
season as well when he has,
Yeah,
like, let's be honest, when he has been fit and has been getting minutes, although it hasn't been 90 minutes, which is of course quite concerning and shocking for all of us. He's still been beneficial regardless. I do think probably we all can agree with that. But once again, it's about the availability. And it's not. What's also been concerning with of course, what Nathan is alluding to, is the fact that the injuries, and the fact that he hasn't, he's been gone for a long time. And when he did get injured the last time, I think that's when, like, he first came back after another injury. Was it the
I've
Everton
Yeah.
games?
forgotten. I've forgotten
Yes.
the
I
Yes. He
injury.
got
swear.
injured. He's got injured. I think he played 1.5 games. Got injured
Yep,
again. Yeah.
yep. So that, for me, like I did, early on, this year, like a start sub sell type of stream, where I did say, like, okay, at this point, bless his heart, thank you, but you got to go next season regardless. But I do hope that we can get something out of him for the last remaining games. We're still in two, cups, right? We're still in, the Europa League, and the FA Cup and whatnot. There's he can still have a role to play in both of those competitions.
So he has played 9 appearances.
Nine?
Right.
9 appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists. He's played 20% of the minutes.
If he was fit,
23%.
man, imagine his stats. If he was
23%
fit.
of the 23% of the 9 games he's played, he only started, which is he started 2 games for us this season.
And he's got
And he
three
has
goals, 2 assists. That's actually pretty good for that.
No. He has 9 appearances, but he's only been in our starting 11 twice
Yeah,
this
he's
year.
got 3 goals,
yeah,
two
but then
assists. Yeah.
also like the goal involvements in
Yeah.
those. That's what's like. If he
Yeah.
was, I'm telling you, if this guy was fit, Ten Hag would be like, right?
Yeah.
Ten Hag would be like, yeah, because the guy wanted to leave last season, but Ten Hag convinced him to stay. No, 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 stay. But none of us obviously anticipated this all to happen, of course, with him being so injury prone and whatnot. That's none of us is trying to, blame him for that because what can he do? Sometimes some
He's
players are
had
just
he's had
hella
five
unlucky.
injury. He's had 5 injuries this season.
That is.
Yo, what wasn't Martial saying a bit about Ole about how Ole was pushing him to play?
Yeah,
Yes, overplayed
I
him.
don't care about that. I don't care about that because Rashford and Lindelof played too. Boohoo.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
sir.
mean,
I'm
I'm
not
so
having any
glad
of that
Rashford.
crap.
This could have been Rashford, by the way. Remember when he was playing with a broken bone in his what was it in his back?
Lower back,
Something?
lower back, lower back.
Lower back, and then he had the injury in his foot as well. It was
Was it
like,
shoulder as well? I feel like
yeah,
it was something with the shoulder as well.
yeah.
I don't know.
So I would say
Uh,
Ole is a little bit
Lindelof
to
with the back
blame.
also.
Ole is a little bit to blame, but
Tiny bit.
obviously the player can rule himself out if he knows his body. You got to know your
Yeah, I think
body
it's like,
at the end of the day.
all of the
Yeah,
above,
So,
literally.
so,
yeah.
You know.
so from the time of the season,
Yeah.
Achilles irritation, whatever that means, 5 games missed. Back injury, 6 games missed.
Oh, bless his
Unknown
heart.
injury, little sus, 5 games missed. Hip
Hey.
injury, 9 games missed. Now check this out. Okay, that just
Oof.
if you go by days, it's not impressive because he's only missed 55, 71, about 100 days of football. But in those 100 days, we played 25 games.
Whew.
Mm.
Imagine a couple of them. If he would have just, been available for a couple of them, telling you, different story.
And
Yeah.
it's not good. It's not good. It's
Yeah,
not good.
he's
Ooh,
got to play again so we can get
bold
transferred out.
claim.
You
Y'all
know,
agree with this?
You'll be in a
Will
title race if he's fit.
no, no, we wouldn't. No.
Annalene,
We finished sixth place last season. We're not going to be in. I mean, this season, even though technically you could look at the amount of points, okay, mathematically we're in it, but mentality wise, technique wise, nowhere near.
actually, I'll tell you why. I'll agree with Annalene a little bit, and I'll tell you why. I don't know if you guys remember this, okay? But there were 2 weeks in 2022 where I think we were 5 points away from top two, and Arsenal and Man City bottled it, and then we also lost.
Yeah, why do you think we did that? Because we're
No,
not
no,
there.
I'm just saying if Martial was fit, maybe we could have got those points.
Nah, it's one player. I'm not
No,
having that. It's one player.
I mean,
We're still
I
gonna,
don't remember
we're
what
still gonna
games we played.
deal.
That also will
Yeah,
be
yeah. We were
a
still going to
factor
deal
in.
with
But
like McTominay in midfield. Yeah, we were still going to deal with Ericsson, who's not a holding midfielder. We've actually done well to get away with him playing holding midfielder because
oh yeah,
he's
no,
not
we have
attacking
done
or
for
anything,
sure,
and he
for
was
sure.
burning
We
out.
have played well.
Yeah, there's a lot of players in there like where it's like, nah, I don't think we'd be in a title race. I mean, come on, man. I mean, if we look at
Yeah.
the football's been dire. Yeah, I mean, near the start of the season, it was kind of. Or I'm just trying to think when we were doing the high press. When we were doing high press for a lot of games, we were doing okay. But like recently, we've been doing like a bit of low
It
block. But
was after the back-to-back losses and before the Derby game.
yeah,
That's when we played our best football.
yeah. Anyway, my overall point was that we're not even playing. We weren't playing good football. We weren't playing formulaic football that was consistent for a lot of those games. We're
Hmm.
patchworking a lot of results. We've been doing that. We've gone back to Ole ball recently. Like the team's been burning out. Even if we had Martial, that's only one player difference. We wouldn't be in a title race. I mean, come on, I think that's a no-brainer.
I think it would be a lot closer than it is right now
We could say closer, maybe,
because he
but
would have got us
Yeah.
like we have had games where we have lost 1-0 and 0-0 and stuff. And he is a striker. It could have affected our points tally. That doesn't mean we're going to win the league or anything, but it could
oh, no,
have.
no, no, for
It
sure
could have
not.
affected our
Yeah.
points, I would say.
Maybe
Yeah, so
maybe
yeah, could do a
tried
little bit
a
more.
lot more with
It's
being
like
like, okay,
it's like you said, Eddie, right? Like Martial, even though he played 9 games, has 5 contributions. Um, think about it like that. Even if he came off the bench in one of these games, he could have maybe pulled us over the line in a draw. We drew with Newcastle. We drew with Southampton. That was a
Mm.
bullshit one,
I
but
I
whatever.
think he could. In some games, I think he
I mean,
probably
I
would
mean,
have
it,
been.
it's hypothetical. Obviously, it's all
It is, of
hypothetical.
course. Yeah.
But him being fit would have been another thing we wouldn't have to worry about in
Hmm.
our season's progress. So
Mm.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good point. Is there? I mean, we've talked about a lot of in terms of some the whole talking point for today. The striker options that Man United should get. Did both? I mean, we spoke a tiny bit about
we
Vlahovic,
spoke
but not
about
enough.
no, we spoke about Osimhen, Kane. Then we brought up Tony because we kind of
Yep.
offshooted for the English quota we were talking about,
I mean,
and
hey.
I addressed Jonathan David. I guess someone missed it. He's too left-footed for me. Vlahovic is too left-footed for me, but
Hmm.
I don't really know how left-footed he is. Like, is it like an Anthony thing, or is it more even? I don't know, but
Would
he's
it
also a
really matter
left-footer.
though? Would it really matter about his one-footedness for a striker that's going
Uh,
to be that's going to be finishing a lot? One-touch finisher, all this kind of stuff. Because the issue with Anthony is that the one-footedness is stopping him dribbling a lot. You have to cut inside a lot. But with a striker, you pretty much need him. Link up a bit, get in the penalty box, headers, finishes, one touch.
I suppose because Luke Shaw is the attacking fullback, no, because it will fall to his left side. But it also depends on who our right back is or
Hmm.
our right attacker is next season. Because if we get crosses coming in, it will come from the right hand side, and that is his weaker foot. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't, because if Luke Shaw fizzes crosses like he's been doing this season, then it's perfect because he's a left footer. It'll fall to
Exactly.
his favored side. It'll actually be
Yeah.
better than what it has been all these years.
Yeah.
So it really depends on, are we fizzing more crosses in? Are we going to do what we do now where everyone just cuts in and tries to shoot all the time? It
Hmm.
depends, man. I can't really answer that question for you.
Yeah, I
I
think
yeah.
Vlahovic, for me, even if the crosses are coming in from the right, I've seen him like he can hold up the ball well. So for me, there's certain situations where he could get the ball on his right and then shape onto his left and then get the
Left.
shot away. I've seen him do that kind of thing where
Sure.
he's able to use his body to get it onto his preferred side quickly
Mhm.
and then do what he needs to do.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched him too much. I do know he's a left footer, and that is the more unconventional foot in football. So I think lots of things change with the approach on how the pass is fed to him and stuff like that, because everybody's a righty normally.
Hmm.
But apart from that, I can't genuinely tell you it will affect us or not. I think it will affect us based on who our attackers are, if they are going to cross or not. I think that is the
Okay.
more thing I'd be worried about. I wouldn't be worried about him per se. I would be worried about who is
Hmm.
playing around him.
Okay.
Worried about that.
Fair
Yeah,
I'll
point.
I
take
mean,
Vlahovic. I'll take Vlahovic if they
yeah.
don't finish in Europe for sure.
Hey,
I
Yeah, and
mean,
if you look at
I
it, he's
wouldn't mind.
more realistic, isn't he? Because obviously
Okay. Yeah.
Juventus, they don't look like they're gonna get top four. They might get it, like if
They
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 might.
actually
really put
might.
a run
They
together.
actually might finish.
Yeah,
They actually might finish top
if they
four
put a really
again.
good run together, they could get it. But it's likely they won't get it. So obviously, I hope
Yep.
they don't get it because I'd
Hmm.
take Vlahovic because the premium would be lower, obviously, because he's not in Champions League, and he'd want to leave. He'd want to leave. You know.
Mm.
Unlike an
And
Osimhen,
he,
who may actually want to stay when he's winning leagues with Napoli,
But he
that's
could
the
also
thing.
want to be like, hey, I did it. Let me go somewhere else. You
Could be
know?
like that, could be. Or he might want to
could be like
defend
that.
the Scudetto, we don't
Maybe.
know. Yeah,
Possible. It's possible.
That's
yeah
fair.
I take
Anyway, if you're getting someone from Napoli, I think the best person to get from Napoli is Kim Min Jae, because he
Bring
has a
me
buyout.
Minjay.
Yeah,
I
think
want him
about
as
it,
well.
because he has a buyout clause. We don't have to worry about all this higgly haggly stuff.
That is
We
a good
just
point. There is a
pay
buyout
the
clause.
money. We get him. We get a new center back. We get rid of
Yeah.
the
Oh, I
What's
bo-
his
would
the
buyout
English.
love
though?
to see him.
What's the buyout on it, for Kim and
I
Jae?
believe the buyout is 60. I want to say 60 million euros.
He
I
might
want
be
to say
around that.
60 to 70 million euros, which is about £46 million. Is that
That
right?
sounds cheap, like because I've heard so many people talking about his defender. Yeah,
Bring
It does
me
sound cheap.
Kim
yeah,
Min
buy him.
It,
Jae.
it does it does sound cheap, and
Yeah,
it's a clause. We don't have to deal with them if he wants
yeah,
to come to
And wasn't
United.
it like what's interesting is he only came this season, wasn't it? To Napoli?
Yeah,
is
and
it?
I believe it's 2 weeks in June. That's the window. The window's 2 weeks in June. Otherwise, you gotta pay whatever they want after that. So,
Ah, I would love. I mean, we have been linked to him, so that's definitely a possibility. Especially
Yeah.
since
so
Maguire is also linked to leaving. Lindelöf is also, of course. I mean,
oh man,
rightfully so.
I want Lindelof in the team.
If
Lindelof
I
is all right. I take him as a squad player because he can play high in the high press. Like we saw
What
same,
on the
about
Ralph.
Lindelof,
hey,
Lindelof and
same.
Martinez pinging the
Yeah,
ball?
on the Ralph Ragnick,
Ooh,
we saw you can play it in the high line
yeah.
with Varane. So I
I
hope he
really
plays.
wouldn't mind. Like if I gotta choose between Maggie and Vicky, I'll take Vicky. I take
Yeah,
Vicky.
Vicky all the way.
I take
Oh
Vicky.
yeah. I used to get so much hate for it. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's not physical enough." I'm like, "They're not playing rugby, you know."
Yeah,
Like, like
Ex- oh my god, it's like the Fulham
I
game
don't
where he
understand
for
that.
no reason just
It's it's like it's
Mitrovic.
like everyone has to just bump into each other. Like they're all like rock'em sock'em robots. Like, oh, you have to make sure he can take the shoulder tackle.
yeah. I mean,
This
you
is
have to look at
football,
like how
man.
teams play nowadays that are at the top of the leagues. Like Man City, they have Stones. Stones is not really physical. He's very good on the ball. Like he can
Yeah,
recover and
I
tackle.
rate
But
Stones. I think Stones is pretty good.
yeah,
Underrated.
that's the kind of modern defender that's
Yeah,
at the top level now. It's kind of like slim and quick.
yeah,
I can
but he does the job. I think he's really good. I actually
yeah,
really think John Stones is super underrated in my opinion. I rate him. I think he's
yeah.
really good.
So
Okay.
Lindelof is similar profile to that. Obviously not as good in
No, no,
terms
no,
of
no, not as
but
good.
in
But
terms of weight class, yeah, it's the
yeah,
same.
I
Can I
see
tell
what you're
you
saying.
something? I'm going to push back on this. I actually think Victor Lindelof can be as good, and he's been screwed because of having terrible centre back partners. I genuinely believe that, and
Sidekick.
I genuinely hope he gets an opportunity to prove me right. I really do, because I really think he's been heavily. You said it yourself, Eddie. When he was playing with Varane and Martinez, he was so much better,
Mm,
and he's been dragged along with terrible
He
Van
has
Bissaka
been.
back in the day, back in
Yep.
the day, not now, back
No,
in the
no, no,
day,
not now.
and Maguire, both of them, which he happens to be in the middle of both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And nah, man, I'm not having that. I would take Victor all day. I have four centre backs I'd get rid of before Victor.
Woo!
yeah. Maguire's got to go. That's what I'm saying.
Maguire,
Deuces.
Maguire, Tuanzebe, Jones, Bahi, four. And I'd promote Fish if Fish is still part of our team. I think he was there in the friendly. I don't know where he is now. Don't know if he got sold or not. I would from the FA Cup, the centre back Fish, the youth FA Cup, I should say, the winner. I'd promote him if you need a homegrown talent, because we will
Uh-huh.
be getting rid of Jones and Tuanzebe are both English. Again, it goes back to that homegrown,
I
what are
get
we
it.
doing here kind of, what are we
Yeah.
doing kind of thing, like.
Mm-hmm.
So where's
And we have
Twanzebe
to.
now? Where's Twanzebe?
He's with us. I don't think
So
he's anywhere.
Yeah, he's still with us. Freaking hell, he is.
I
I'm
don't
pretty
ever hear
sure.
about him.
I
Like,
don't think we got him off on loan in
But
the end.
has he been? I think he's been a bit injured as well. I think he fit injured. Da, da, da. I
He,
don't know,
all
man.
he has been is injured, Sophie.
Oh, I feel
All
so
he
bad.
has been is injured.
because
Oh,
I
He
would
has
keep
only
him.
been injured.
I would keep him because, like, if when he's
Oh,
played,
apologies. Apparently, he plays for Stoke City.
he seemed like he's a quick player.
oh, does he?
He's gonna get
Wait, he went
he's
alone.
gonna get he's gonna get promoted again, I guess. One more
Good
time.
for you, man.
What was that? So Twanzebe's at Stoke, is it? That
Apparently, yeah. Stoke is
yeah.
second, if I remember correctly. So
But I'd bring
Interesting.
him back in
Oh,
and give him a chance as well because, like, physically, he's a
yeah.
specimen that can be worked with. He's not slow. From
I
what I've seen, okay, he's not really clumsy. I don't think he's had enough chances in the team, to be honest. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, on the
think
other,
he's not fit
I don't
enough
think
to.
he
I
got
didn't
enough
think he was fit
chances.
enough to get chances.
Yeah, he didn't get
Eddie.
enough. Oh yeah, okay. Well, he's still a young guy, so I think you can, get hold
25
of
years
that.
old.
You get hold of that fitness. You can get hold of that fitness, and I mean, get to optimum availability. So for me,
Yeah.
Only 20,
I mean, just
25.
to keep the
Oh,
code
oh, hold on,
that we're
hold on,
talking
hold on,
about,
hold on, hold on,
we'll
hold on.
keep Tanzebi.
We were giving him way too much praise. Oh my god, I hate this.
Uh-oh.
Uh, 4 appearances.
Well, what is this?
That's it. Four appearances for Stoke
Oh,
City.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
Eh,
saying. Still, I take him in
uh,
as someone that could possibly grow in this team. Yeah.
He's 25. He's 25, Eddie.
25. Okay. Still that. Okay.
He's
Come on.
one year. He's one year younger than
Let's look
Lisandro.
at defenders. Yeah. Defenders tend to get to their peak late 20s. He's still got a few years where he could be working with Ten Hag, and we could see a new player.
but do you think
Okay.
Ten Hag would go? I don't know if Ten Hag would. For me,
Okay.
I really wanted it to work for Tuanzebe. I really liked him. When he got a little bit of a chance here and there under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Remember when it was that Champions League game against PSG years back?
PSG with
Yeah, I was
Lindelof,
thinking about
He
that as well.
had Neymar
Lindelof and Shaw
and
at centre back.
Mbappe wrapped around his finger.
Yeah,
Okay,
he was good.
and then it was a
Uh,
game. Oh, it might be one of the worst like
okay,
defensive
so
performances I've seen. When remember
the
the following
Turkish
game when they
team,
played? Yes,
No,
this is yeah, yeah,
Basakşehir,
yeah, yeah. Oof.
Basakşehir.
Chair.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When they complete outside, and you saw them Baba just running alone, and you see
Did you see
Mike,
Matic
yeah,
going?
he's what
And I was like,
you
it's
see. Was
you.
it
You
was
are
it
supposed to run after him. He's like,
yeah? You see the assistant coach,
oh,
Mike,
Phelan,
Mike,
Mickey Phelan,
Mike.
Mike
Yeah,
Phelan.
yeah, yeah. He literally was like, "Yo, people, hello,
It was so
blah blah
sad
blah."
to
Nobody's
see the
checking in.
spider cam, the side view of the spider cam. It was
Yep.
so embarrassing when you see it like that.
That
Like,
oh
oh
my god,
god.
I wanted to literally kick my TV down. It was horrible. So, like I said, I do like
So
John Sippy.
I'll give you a little injury update because we
Yep,
are talking about him.
go ahead.
Eddie's not going to like this at all. So I guess he started the season with us because he missed 194 days.
Damn.
He missed 30 games for Manchester United. He got loaned in January to
Yeah.
Stoke. I
Uh-huh.
bet you Stoke has at least played 18 games already because they have more teams in the championship. And he's only played 4 games. So he's had one injury layoff of over 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
He's had an ankle injury for over 4 months. He has missed upwards of 100 games of his very, very
That
short
is
career in
I
football.
think that I think the ship has sailed for Tonse, but if I'm gonna be honest, I think he might be done, bro. In my opinion. I think he might
Even
be
even the season even the season they got promoted, he missed 97 days with Aston Villa. He missed 17 games
yeah.
in the championship.
Yeah.
17 games in the championship.
That's
Didn't
a
he
That's a
also
shame
lot
that
of
play
he
for
games.
like
missed and
Italy?
moved on. Then, like, I mean, I'm just saying, I just want to see the end of Maguire. Yeah, I don't want to
Oh,
see him
same,
in there.
bro,
Yeah,
same,
yeah, of
Even
course.
same.
But
not
we
We
even
have
all
to
as
get
do.
rid we
even
have to
as a
get rid of
squad
we have
player.
to get rid of a lot of players.
No,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
have to
even
get
want to
rid of.
see Maguire as a squad player. Yeah, because
I don't want to see that
he'll be
either.
trying to get that captain's armband back. He needs to just leave that captain's
I
armband, leave
agree.
the team, and what I mean, just really
I
get on
also
board
agree.
with where he is in his career. He's not at his premium. Like, even though he's saying, "Oh, it's no wonder why I've been picked by the England manager, all these managers." He always says that delusional crap. Yeah,
I've been captain.
so
I played
maybe
200 games.
yeah.
Shush.
So
I
I'd
don't
rather
need to
see you
improve
train.
myself. Imagine telling you're saying you don't need to improve yourself. What? What are you talking
Oh,
about? Get
another
out of here.
another update, guys.
What?
Tuanzebe becomes a free agent at the end of the season, so he's already out of our squad.
Yeah. And
So that's one English player quota we have to
there you
fulfill no
go.
matter what.
So there's not even any sell-on value then.
No,
So
his contract expires June 2023.
I mean,
He
this
And
is
we
obviously
why
haven't renewed as
why
well,
that
so
director of football has got to change. Like, it just
I
the amount of
agree.
losses that we're making is madness, and it's,
Matic,
it's just
Mata,
crazy.
Herrera,
Pogba?
and
Yeah,
Herrera, Pogba.
Oh my god. Also, what's
yeah.
mad is some of them are also like, academy players and whatnot. Like Lingaro's been here for years, right? Pogba twice he left for
Yeah.
free.
The Pogba one is a crime. To allow the academy player to go and then pay for your academy
And
player,
you
and then
pay
not
it
tell
back.
them enough money, and then no sell on when you
There's
sell
all
them this
we
time.
are dumb. We are dumb. We
Nah,
are
it's
run
John
by
Murtough is
leeches.
dumb. John Murtough does not represent us. He needs to
No, no,
go.
no, no. When I said we, like the
Yeah, I know,
actual
I know.
them, we as a whole, like us, we're not dumb.
Yeah, I know what
People
you're
were
saying.
blaming Ole for renewing Phil Jones's contract. I'm like, are you high? Do you think he has the pull to renew contracts like that 6 months into his job? It's like, oh, get out,
Ahead
man.
of it,
I think he
Stop.
would have some
Enough with this
input
Ole
though.
thing, dude. Like,
He would have
enough.
some. He would have some input as a manager.
Why?
Okay.
Why
You
would
know,
he? Okay, okay, okay. You
you know,
say that,
complain
Eddie. Why would he? Why would he re-sign him and not play him at all then?
because he's thinking, okay, let me get this guy in training. He can keep trying to get his
Ah,
fitness back,
man,
and
come
then it
on,
never
yeah. He was
happens.
injured before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. How could he say? How could Ole Gunnar Solskjaer not make him injury free, dude? Come on, he's not a
Hey,
medical man, man.
we're talking about
Come
Ole.
on.
Ole was confident in his team to get Phil Jones back on the pitch,
Yeah,
but
he
he
was
was.
confident to not pick Phil Jones ever.
What?
I'm sure he.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. Tranmere Rovers, where we won 7-1.
yeah,
And he scored, by the way. He scored before Maguire did. How do you like that? How do you
yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
So
Tranmere
Ole
Rovers.
believed
Not
in him a
really.
little bit,
Not
but it
really.
backfired. But yeah, it's up to
I
John
mean,
Murto to be really knowing this, the transfers and rotating the team, refreshing, and he's not done it enough, man. So
Hmm.
yeah, new owners need to come in, just change up this board because it's not a football board. We know it's a bankers board, so we need it all changed up.
We need
Can't wait.
footballing minds. Okay, in the board.
guys, Zoe, I believe, asked, yes, would you give Lindelof a new contract? So while you guys were talking, I
Yes.
gave it a look. June 30th next year, he has 1 year left on his contract base.
Yeah,
2024 is
I give
contract
him
base.
another contract for sure.
I
How
Sign the
old
wouldn't
is he?
mind.
Iceman up, baby. Sign him up.
Maguire goes. We keep Lindelof. I wouldn't mind. Big up, Lewis. Last talking point though. The same thing. Any other striker options that you would,
Yes,
that we haven't mentioned?
I believe someone mentioned it. We were anyway going to talk to him, I assume. Rasmus Højlund,
Yes,
Atalanta.
plays for Atalanta. Scored, a hat trick for in his first game, debut for the Denmark national team. I, to be honest, haven't really seen him play,
No,
but
I
heard a
haven't.
little
I
bit
haven't
about
seen
him. Could he potentially be? I mean, also what I've heard is, he did mention that, hey, since you asked, I am a Man United supporter, so
Hey,
hey,
nice.
you
I've
know,
not seen him at all, but I got
yeah,
no.
me neither,
I
So
haven't seen
let's hear it
him,
there.
and I haven't seen someone else. People have talked about. I haven't seen him because I haven't been covering the games recently. But
Okay,
Evan Ferguson from Ireland,
yeah,
Yeah.
Brighton and Hove
Brighton.
Albion,
Seen a little bit,
and
not
Evan
much.
Benjamin.
Hmm.
Have you seen him? Okay, I haven't seen him. You have any thoughts on it? Because I haven't seen him play.
I haven't seen very much, but I've been hearing, there's a lot of people that, that's intrigued by the kid for sure. I need to see more games of Brighton, but Brighton, like with the Serbian and whatnot, they play wonderful football. But he's been, you know, scoring goals. The looks good, but I don't know how much he would be necessarily valued for. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't mind having him. Maybe as an understudy if he wouldn't be, hopefully, very very expensive, but at the same time he could be, British tax and
I believe
whatnot.
Atlanta got him last year, so he's definitely going to cost money.
Or no, you're talking about Haley, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were talking about
Yeah,
was it
I was talking about
Ferguson?
Ferguson.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, Ferguson. Okay, I
Yeah,
think Ferguson. Well, we are going to overpay for him too because Brighton is just going to rob us. But
yeah.
yeah.
I don't think he's played enough. Like what do you call it? Senior football for me. I don't think we're seeing enough. For me, another guy I don't think we've talked about enough is Colin Mawani. I've heard him be
Yep,
discussed
we've been linked with
quite a
him
bit.
as well.
Yeah,
But
like he's
I've
good.
been hearing that he, what's this? Somebody said like 105 million or something.
yeah, he's another 100 million ish.
Wow.
I ain't doing that.
Nah,
Eddie, I'll be
I
very
wouldn't go
honest
for
with you.
that.
I'll be very honest with you. This is how I think it's going to go. Okay, we're going to buy some striker, probably not the striker we all want because we have to fill in other gaps. And I think the following season we're going to really, really spend money because I just can't see how we can plug all the gaps, man. If we're going to spend 100 on each player,
It's
I
not going
can't
to be
see
on
how we
each
can plug
player
these
though.
gaps,
But
dude.
this is
I don't
kind
think
of
it's going
going
to be on each
also
player.
back to Eddie's point. I don't think,
E-
and I do agree with this. I don't
Everybody that
think
we have spoken about will go in the range of 80 to 100.
that's.
Everybody.
I see
There's
that.
going to be other players though. What are you saying, Sophia? Though.
Like
But what,
Ferguson, but Ferguson's
Well,
anyway not
hold
going
on.
to start
Sophia
for
was
this year.
saying something though.
but
Sorry?
what I
Uh,
was going to, say was basically, I don't think we're going to be, even though there's, striker that will be super expensive, whatnot. That doesn't necessarily mean that we need to also spend that exact same amount or around that for other positions as well. Because it almost looks like the biggest priority for Man United, what I've been reading in terms of reports, is a center forward, right? A striker. Then you can maybe try to, see, okay, what other options
Don't
is it
don't
out
don't we
there
don't
when
we
it
need
comes to.
a high profile central midfielder, like a really high profile one?
Not necessarily,
Yeah.
I
but
mean, if you're
maybe.
I
getting
think
rid
we
of
do.
Fred, if you're getting rid of Fred, McTominay,
We probably do.
Ericsson
What am
has
I saying?
one
We
more.
probably do. We probably do. We probably
Yeah,
do.
we
Yeah,
get the big one.
We
we're
do. We
getting
do. We
rid
do.
of
We do.
McTominay.
We do. Scratch what I said.
Fred's
We
on
do.
his last year. Yeah, I
Yeah, then we've
mean,
had like the Sabitzer, where like that should be
Sabitzer's
our
on
one
loan.
of our big profile players. We need someone like him, or like on
Yeah,
a
yeah,
proper
yeah, yeah.
contract.
Because I'm thinking
Yeah,
like we make the Sabitzer loan permanent, even though there's not a buy option. But we can
yeah,
come and talk to Bayern afterwards and be like, yo,
yeah,
let's keep him. They'll say yes,
yeah,
hopefully, knock on wood. But I still would want to also get another midfielder regardless.
yeah.
You
So
know,
even
I
if we
would
don't
love to
get
get
him
you, to be
though,
honest. But hey, hmm?
even if we don't get him, there's like was it before the stream I was mentioning Kovacic? It was, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was, he
yeah.
was.
So
Kovacic is
he,
on a
he
free.
Oh,
exactly
is
that's a
he's
good
on a
player. He's only
free?
28, by the way. Yeah,
Why do I
he's
feel
got
like
a good
he's
few
he's
years.
older? Is he only 28?
I'm sure it's
Yeah,
28 or
it's
it's
only
28 or
20.
29.
It's 28.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
it's because he's been playing for so long. Maybe it might just be that. But
yeah.
hey,
He's
you know
been around a
what?
long time. But I was gonna say,
Not
yeah,
gonna
this comes to what to counter what Nathan's saying.
lie.
That's
Uh-huh.
a good player that could come in, and you wouldn't be 100 million or any extortionate price.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I
that's
don't know.
a good
Yeah, for
profile,
sure.
now upgrade on what we got. So come on, man. Ten Hag's managed to get Ericsson to play holding midfielder after this guy was attacking mid. Right, I'm sure he's going to be able to get one of these frugal signings from
Yeah.
somewhere. You know what I mean? That doesn't have to cost too
I
much.
guess I guess we have to I guess we have to just keep aware of how many. I think we have to just keep aware of the quotas really. I
Yeah,
think the quotas are going to do us in if we don't manage to get rid of the people we want to get rid of. I think that's going to be it's going to
I
be a
see
little
that.
tricky then.
I see
Because
that.
to me, the only way you can get in a foreign player is by selling a foreign player. There's no other maths to it.
Hmm.
There's no other maths to it. So
Then we
Can I
have
just
to,
or we
quickly
don't
go
have.
back to Colin Moani because I think we got to
Yeah,
do him justice with the
He's also a foreign. He's also a
yeah
foreign buy,
yeah
right?
yeah
For
yeah.
us.
He's a French player, right? So
Yeah.
we got to honor how many goal involvements he has in 24
Mhm.
appearances.
okay, break
11
it down to me.
goals. 11, yeah,
How,
11 goals, 12 assists. That
okay,
is pretty good. That's like a
I see
goal
that.
involvement every game. And I've seen the highlights, all of the stuff. We saw him at the World Cup where in that final he could have won
Yeah.
against that
If
cup.
Yeah.
he just would have,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Wait, was it Martinez who saved?
that was an amazing save from
Yeah,
Martinez.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
with
He
with
tattooed
his
it as
foot.
well. Actually,
Yeah.
he
So
made a tattoo out of that.
Exactly.
yeah.
He
So
he
this player, got a
he's
lot of
he's
potential.
really crap. Martinez is really just
Yeah, but Muani's
just
got a
a,
lot of potential though. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for me,
I
I've
think maybe the price. I don't know if I'm super
yeah, that
convinced
price
yet.
is mad. That price is
Yeah.
mad. But the thing is, as well, he seems like he's a wing forward as well. So we've got a
Okay.
lot of wingers at the moment. So maybe he wouldn't fit in the squad as much as we
Maybe
would like.
that is a good point.
Like a lot of goals I've seen him score, like he's popping up on the wing sometimes, and
Mhm.
then he goes into the center at times. He does switch between center and the wing. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, if we let some wingers
contract ends
go,
in
let, let's say
20
let's say Sancho
contract
doesn't
ends in
really work out.
2027, Eddie.
What
Contract ends in 2027.
for Moani?
Hmm.
So yeah,
That's
so
why I think
that's why it's
that's why I think
costing that.
people are saying he's worth 100 million. Now
Yeah.
it makes sense actually.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
I'll just finish on the last point I was going to say is that
Yep.
if there's certain wingers like Sancho that's not going to come to fruition as we want to see, then yeah, Mawani could come in and play on the wing. But yeah,
Mhm.
if he's costing like 100 million, I don't think he's worth all of that. But yeah, it just depends, man, on how much money is there and the FFP and all that stuff.
It literally is sorting that out for sure. Like you gotta just, hey, owners in, new owners in, or basically the whole owner situation. Is the Glacier staying? Hopefully not. Please, I do not need them here. Okay, check.
Right.
Hopefully we get new owners, proper, good new owners in, and then we can talk. Then we can. Right now, we're just, basically just having a discussion, debate of, signings that we think potentially could be good for Man United and for Ten Hag and whatnot. But we haven't really
Did you
talked
guys
about the
did
kudos.
you guys hear? Sorry to cut you off, Sophie.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? I forgot the name of that investment capital thing, but they might be actually a front runner now. The American one.
Oh no,
Oh.
nah, Nathan,
Oh.
please tell me you're trolling. We don't need any more
Listen,
American fans.
I don't troll about
No.
Yankees, dude. I don't troll about Yanks. I don't. Sorry, I'll happily do the Harry Kane thing if anyone wants to hear it again. But I don't. Listen, I'm done with American owners for now, man. Let's just put it that way.
I
Well,
think.
who's the source that's saying he's front runner?
I
Who's
forgot what their name is. No, they were always third in running, actually, Eddie.
Really?
I forgot what is the Finnish businessman's name? Ziliakus.
yeah,
He overtook that American investment fund capital thing because he came public, went on the United stand. That's how
Yeah,
he
he
overtook them. They were
he was
always
doing a
number three
madness
behind
in
the
the Twitter scene.
Qataris and Sir Jim. They were always number three behind both of them. But then he overtook them when he did this whole mad fan thing. People will vote on an app. I'm like, an app? Like, are you being for real right now? We're going to vote on an app about the future of our club. I was like, come on,
we're
man.
in the new
No.
technology phase of life, you know.
Yeah, but Eddie, the best part is when he was asked on the United stand, how do you plan on doing that? He's like, yeah, we haven't figured out the technology yet, but if we will look into that. I'm like,
Nah, that sounds iffy. Nah, I don't
Yeah, no.
know.
We'll
it
see. We're
sounds like
probably
you're
gonna
trying
hear
trying
more
to
of it this week.
yeah.
As they're waiting to, find
Yeah,
out if the bids have been accepted or one of the whatnot
yeah.
might
I mean,
go
I
to a
would
third
respect.
phase. Hmm?
Sorry, I was just going to say I would respect Ziliakis if you actually knew the framework of how to get this partially fan ownership to get
Yeah,
going.
of
If you're going to be
course.
saying,
And
"Oh, look, I'm going to look into it," then yeah, I don't
yeah,
Yeah,
think.
I don't.
I respect his honesty though. The one thing I will say about the Scandinavian people I've realized from whatever I've seen, Eddie, is they're very upfront. He literally said, I wasn't aware that United is for sale. I am a big United fan. That's why I'm late to the party and I'm
But how?
interested. A lot of people don't wouldn't even admit that. Like they wouldn't even say I wasn't
But
aware.
for
He
me,
actually
that
saying
makes
that.
me think that's naivety. Like I don't
Yeah,
want to have that. I don't take that
I mean,
seriously.
when you're with
Mm,
this kind of, but when you're with this kind of money, Sophie, you've got so much going for you. It's like you're
yeah.
really busy. Like imagine if
nah,
you're a
but the
regular
thing
No,
is,
no,
person and you're
Nathan,
busy.
Nathan, brother.
No, no,
If
I'm
I
not
have
making any excuse.
peace,
I appreciate his honesty.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like he shouldn't have, like if you think about it, right? He shouldn't have said it, but he actually did. I actually appreciate that. If he was being what we would like to call smart about it, he wouldn't have mentioned it. He's not stupid.
Yeah,
He's a billionaire.
that's he
I
shouldn't have said
appreciate his.
shush.
Yeah, but
And
I appreciate his honesty, is what I'm saying. I
what?
appreciate why he's late to the party because everyone was like, "Where did this guy come from?" And he's like, "Yeah, I didn't know. That's why I'm here now."
yeah,
I
I'm glad.
appreciate that.
I'm glad you said that, so like the fans can be like not wanting him to come in. You know, we
Just
need people that
yeah,
are
But
not
thank you, bye bye.
taking over the
but the
game.
fans want him over Sir Jim now.
Is
You
it?
know that.
We should
I mean, he
survey on
didn't
So the
this.
even know
United
the
so the
correct
United
term
stand
of
so
Man
so the
United in
United
men.
stand because that's where he gave the interview. In a later show, they did a voting poll and Sir Jim actually finished third. And I was like, oh my god, that actually whatever that guy did worked basically. Whatever that guy
Where did
did worked.
Qatari finish in that poll?
No, Qataris finished. They were like 87, and then like
87.
percent, and then like Ziliakus was like 6, and like Sir Jim was like 4 or something. I was like, he
Okay.
Come
overtook
on.
Sir. The best part is he overtook Sir Jim after saying, "I'm late to the party." Didn't know United was for sale.
Ay,
All he
ay,
said
ay.
was all he said was 50
I
50 with
see, I
his
see.
fans thing. That's mad. He just literally jumped over everybody by just like telling the truth. Only
Yeah.
well, he was never ever going to get in front of the Qataris. Let's be
I
honest.
just gotta
But
say
he
though,
jumped in front of everyone.
With Ziliakas not even knowing that the club was for sale for a bit of time, it shows me he's not following the football, and
Yeah, I'm
it kind of
sorry.
strikes me as like he's an impulse buyer. And I don't with people that are that impulse buy, they don't tend to be responsible. They don't. They tend to just react to emotions and what's trending and stuff like that. So I don't think he's the best guy.
But to be fair, Eddie, to be fair, we thought Axel Tuanzebe was in our club. To be fair, we watched the football every week, and we thought he was in our club still. Like, to be fair,
Yeah.
if you're
But
gonna
I
do
don't
that,
think that can
then you
be
have to do
even
this.
compared.
Yeah, but we cover it every week, like you know what I
That's
mean.
not unfair. I mean, I don't know. You're trying to give Ziliakis some benefit of the doubt here. I don't. I don't.
I am giving him. I appreciate his
Nah.
honesty. I have been lied to a lot by John Murtaugh, so I'm
No,
appreciating
I
his
get it. I
honesty.
mean, we all been. Fam, I get that. I see that. I just, you know, Qataris, respectfully, Harry, I want the Qataris.
Yeah.
Bring me the
So do
Qatari
I.
money.
So do
Money
I.
talks, man. Money talks. That's what I'm saying.
And
Yalla,
also,
yalla hamshi,
Qatari,
Habibi. Yalla hamshi. Come on.
bring me.
bring the Qataris in.
Um,
In
and
that
also,
Qatari
it's not
flesh.
just about the money. It's also, like I said, it's what this, they wanna, obviously focus on, of course, the men's team, but also the women's team, the academy, the areas around. There's
Yeah.
I
a
like
lot of
that.
stuff.
That's another reason I like them
Fun.
too. They were also up front. Sir Jim wasn't up front, and that's why I think he
Yeah, he
finished third
wasn't
on
up
the
front.
poll.
Way too
That's why I
vague.
think he. That's why I think he finished third on the poll because Ziliakis said I'm doing this, Qatari said I'm doing this, and now everyone wants either or. It's funny. You tell the truth and you actually get rewarded, which is weird. In business, it normally doesn't work that way,
Mm.
but it is. But it is working. Qatari said like we're going to revamp the whole Trafford area, the whole of Trafford area. We're just going to revamp everything. And they were like, "Oh, sign me up." You know?
Why is Zoe trolling with Jeff
Sorry, what the
Bezos?
hell?
Can you
I'm still
imagine?
praying for Jeff Bezos to save the day. No, I ain't worry about Amazon, Jeff
I'm
Bezos. Get
more
out of
I'm
here.
more I'm more of
We
a
take all our
more of the
dividends
a Musk guy.
and just go to the
More of a
moon.
Musk.
Elon Musk? Nah, I don't want him. No,
No,
thank
no.
you.
If it was between Bezos or Musk, I'd take Musk.
I'll take none.
How
You
about neither?
guys
No,
don't
I
know
mean,
anything
But
about
I get what
football.
but
you're saying. I
isn't
get
that
what you're saying.
Elon Musk is a United fan though, right?
What?
Is it?
Does he
Yeah.
even watch football?
Well,
Really?
that's a little unfair. But why? Why? Because he's South African. Come on, man. Don't do that. Of
Oh, no, no, no,
course,
no,
he
no.
Is
He,
watches football.
where does he stay? He stays in America, right? So I was just assuming he's into like
No,
that American
he's
stuff
South
going on.
African. So I'm assuming they have much more of a football culture, right?
I actually didn't know he was South African.
Yeah, I thought it was
This is news to me.
American. That's why I assumed he
We
didn't
go,
know.
baby. Let's go. Musk all the way. Musk 2023. Owners of Manchester United. Let's go. Sign me up. Sign me up.
I'm
I'm gonna have the
sorry.
whole
No,
like
no.
I'm
The
gonna
way
like make a
Twitter
Tesla
is being
shirt.
ran right now, I ain't doing that. Mm-mm.
It was
Uh,
it isn't it a lot better than it used to be? Like people get cancelled for pointless things and other people get away
no,
with
but I'm
it.
also thinking I'm getting like random stuff on my Twitter feed. I didn't follow this. What? And also
Mm.
like people paying for the blue ticks and whatnot. I mean, it's okay but I don't know. There's
I think,
certain stuff
but I
that I
think
don't like.
you know why I think that blue tick thing might work. Maybe Eddie can elaborate on this as well if he's interested on Twitter. I'm not, but I think what I've realized from the blue tick is that they will push your stuff out. They have incentive to push your stuff out. It's like the reverse of YouTube. YouTube wants you to like be really big and then they will push you out. If you invest in the Twitter framework, they'll be like, okay, this guy's serious. He's not here to just abuse people, talk a load of nonsense, and then
Hmm.
make 10 dummy accounts so he can hide behind. We will promote you because you're being serious about Twitter. I don't know. What do you think, Eddie? Do you
I
see
I
what I'm saying?
I've only heard that it's for verified users. That's all I know about that. I don't know about the
Yeah,
Twitter.
they verify you when you pay on Twitter Blue. But what I think it is they push you out because you're being serious about your stuff. You're not just a troll. You know that
Mm.
Andy 1296. Like Andy. Like Tommy this with the numbers. Like so. I mean, if that's how it works, then at least if you invest in the platform seriously and they take you seriously, maybe that's better.
Mm,
Yeah.
maybe, maybe.
Depends.
Amir, a Liverpool fan, says Holland should buy this club. I mean, I don't.
What does that even mean? Like, is the Holland's a player?
He says,
I don't get the joke. I don't get it.
It's
I mean, big up
it's probably
Amir, big
it's
up.
probably it's probably part of his official contracted wages, if you know what I mean, in Man City.
He got
Oh, okay.
You
We
know
got peace.
the
Oh,
Neymar
Haaland, buy
contract.
the club, mate. Come on, he's gonna
You
come
know
to
you
get
know
his
He's also
prize.
he
Or
also
buy the
I
club.
read recently that I think he's gonna he opened up like an investment company in Luxembourg
Oh
because
wow, a tax-free haven. Interesting.
yeah, because we have the tax system here in Norway. Hey, let's just say
Yeah,
it ain't
interesting.
easy out here,
Luxembourg,
but
everybody's favorite European country.
there's a lot of
Luxembourg.
rich people here in Norway, like
I know.
millionaires, billionaires that be people going overseas and going to Luxembourg and be like, you know what, I'm gonna live here, tax free and all.
I
So
think allegedly, I think Haaland has one of those Neymar Mbappe contracts because apparently what they signed and paid for him is actually not what it is. That was the rumor when he came in. So I think
isn't he like the
he has one
highest
of those
paid
contracts.
in the Prem?
Officially? No.
I've not heard that. I
Officially?
swear. Yep.
I think unofficially he is. I think he has one of
I'm
those
pretty sure I read it like
the juicy contracts. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure I read it recently.
Erling Haaland, the banking investment banker. You know, he's working
Yeah.
his
You
license on the
better
side.
Haaland.
No one's aware of.
Hey,
Yeah.
just come back to Norway and play. Help us out. Qualify for Euro Cup. Another story. Regardless, let me read some of the comments before we slowly wrap up. But wait, before that, last thing, I realized none of you mentioned Kudus. Ahmed Kudus from Ajax.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
not a
seen him
striker.
play. He trended on
Only
Twitter,
because
but I've
I
not
don't think
seen
he's
him
a
play.
striker.
Okay.
So
Could it be an option up front?
I've really seen him for like Ghana, and Ghana were very underwhelming in that World Cup.
Uh-huh.
Kudus, I've seen like highlights. I mean, I saw him score that nice goal against Liverpool. Was that like this season in the group phase? Scored a
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
nice goal against Liverpool. I've not seen enough of him, but what I mean, he's been trending online on Twitter and everything, so people are rating him. Um, I think I saw one account say he's like the best African player that is playing today. I
Oh
think that's
wow.
disrespect to Osimhen because Osimhen,
Yeah, that
come on, let me
might
go play.
be.
Taking
Yeah,
shots at Sadio Mane because he's not in the league anymore. Ouch.
I mean,
Ooh.
Sadio was best African player, but we've seen him fall off. He doesn't even get like first team football at Bayern.
Ooh. What if he
He,
does some madness against Man City in the Champions League or something? Eh?
will he play?
We,
That's the thing.
we can finally
Ooh.
celebrate.
Thomas
We can
Tuchel?
finally celebrate his goals if he does.
Oh, I will. Oh, I will.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell you that much.
That's gonna be a close game, I'm gonna watch that. So like with
I
popcorn. That's gonna
cannot
be such a good game.
wait. Do you guys think that who do you go win or qualify from? Between the two, Bayern or Man City?
It's a
Will the
hard
little
one.
brothers be able to do it or not?
I think it's Bayern.
Me
I'm
too.
not even worried really. I think it's Bayern.
Yeah. Especially now that it's Thomas Tuchel, I think he gonna be in Pep Guardiola's head.
Oh
I
yeah,
did it
he's
to you
got a good
once.
record against them, hasn't he?
I did it to you once for Chelsea, and I had right now I have a better squad. Hey, imagine what I can do now. Even though it will be less time, of course, to fully what should I say, be able to implement your style and whatnot. But I still feel like he will be able to do it. Just because
Yeah,
Pep always ends up overthinking, always when it comes to
and
especially the
Sophia, we've
Champions
seen
League.
like the manager bounce as well. That certain managers have when they go to a team. So it might even just
It's
be that, just
it could
extra
be that as
energy
well.
for having a new
Oh,
manager.
good point. Mm-hmm.
I think,
100%.
yeah, I think Bayern do it. I think they do. Like I think they've been playing better in the Champions League as well. They've got 8 wins out of 8. Like so, their confidence is going to be like on the next level as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's their
Man City can still win the treble, guys.
yeah, they can. Their individual
They better
talent at
not.
Bayern Munich is special as well. I mean, Musiala, we see them.
Oof,
I
he's
mean,
so good.
they got to play Stoke in the FA Cup. So
Is it Stoke?
yeah, we got to play Brighton. Okay.
Wait, I thought it was another
Yeah.
team. Was it Stoke?
No.
It's been.
Stoke beat Blackburn in an absolute barn burner 3-2.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Huh. And we're gonna, Brighton. Whew,
We gotta
that
play. We
is
gotta play Brighton, the much easier game. Some would say, much easier game.
you for real?
No,
That's trolling, man.
no.
I
Although
need to just double check. That is whew.
Brian smoked us 2-1 earlier. It should have been more earlier in the season.
I
It's not-
want
I don't want
revenge.
to see Brighton. It's going to be a hard game. I'm not looking forward to that game.
Yeah. I knew the Fulham game was going to be difficult. They just screwed it up for themselves. But Brighton, woof, they gonna be coming for us for sure. So we gotta be up for it.
By the
Gotta
way,
be up
just a
for it.
quick shout out to Mitrovic for being this street thug fucking prick, man. I'm glad he's. I think he's suspended for the rest of the season now, ain't he?
No, he just he got only 6 games.
They only 6 games.
Yep.
Oh, I
wait
heard
a
they
minute.
want
He
to for the rest of
I didn't hear that. He got six.
uh,
He got a
yeah,
six
I
game ban.
literally just it was reported just a few hours ago. Both him
Oh,
and Silva, Marco Silva, both apologized to the ref
how is it? I
after.
heard one of the spokespeople for the referees was saying they were pushing for him to be banned for the rest of the season. So
I'm not gonna
I,
lie.
I would
I
I
not.
mean, he
feel
just
like
he just
it's
tapped him.
no,
He
no,
just
no,
went
no, no,
mad.
no. It wasn't just. I felt like he was a bit too aggressive as well. I feel
Way
like he
too
could have
aggressive.
gotten a bit more.
I mean,
Not my opinion.
he is from the Balkans. Maybe that's how they talk. I don't know.
No,
Yeah, well,
You
no, no.
don't
He
you
was
don't
doing
you
a
Mitrovic
bit
don't
too much.
Mitrovic
I
has
Mm-mm-mm.
don't
been in
I
England long enough to know the culture here, so no.
Yeah, come on, come on, come on.
I don't mess with the Balkan people very much. So
He's a bit of a hothead, but like brother
yeah,
completely lost his head in that game. But hey, thank you, Mitrovic. Thank you. He and Silva and William might have just completely ruined for Fulham to be able to get European
that
football at
was
this
that
point.
was that
Yeah.
was Willian's first ever red card.
Nah, was it
Yeah.
really? I feel like I've seen him gotten. Has he
By the
not
by the
gotten?
end by the end of the game, I was laughing so hard because I couldn't believe how he did it. I couldn't believe it. Like I could, as it was, I was telling Eddie, I
Was
was
it?
telling Sophia when we were
What?
watching the game, they didn't show the red cards. They only showed Willian's red card. When I was watching the game as it stands, I didn't see the silver red card. And then all I saw was Mitrovic just like near him like this. They cut off the hand, they cut off the card, they didn't show anything. Next thing you know, because I'm on mute, I'm doing a watch along. Next thing you know, there are three red cards. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, I don't know. I can't even hear anything. What just happened? Couldn't believe it.
It was
I
madness.
was.
Because we saw that game that Fulham were owning it. They were
Yeah,
they were on top of it.
real talk.
I don't get why they were still pressing at 1-0. Like because when we saw Sancho get his chance, yeah, we were getting it on the counter attack. They had like
No.
one defender back. I was thinking, you come to Old Trafford, you're owning the game, and you're still gonna disrespect us by leaving one defender back on a corner. They were asking for it, man. And yeah, William, he could have blocked the ball with something other than his hand. Or even if he lets in the goal, they're still playing better than us. You didn't even think. Let in the goal, it's 1-1. You're still playing better than us. They could have done something. They absolutely lost their minds.
They
Everyone lost their minds.
That was such.
Uh,
I still can't comprehend how 3 red cards are given in, you know, 60 seconds. Also to the manager who just decided to throw a bottle at the second referee. Okay,
I didn't even see him do that. I thought it was just like
I
because he
didn't
got in
see
front of
him
the ref
doing it,
at the bar.
but I heard the pundits saying it, and I was like, oh, okay, or the commentators.
Uh,
Mm, mm-mm,
disgraceful behavior.
real talk, real talk. There's some. Okay, let's read a couple of the messages or comments, I should say. Do, 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 do. Apple or
Wow.
Amazon would be awesome for the UK economy, which our country desperately needs right now. Hmm, interesting. Harry says because if the Qataris take over, a lot of United fans, such as the Rainbow Devils, won't be happy. Okay.
So that's because of like the human rights stuff that we
Yeah.
keep hearing.
Rainbow Devils is the LGBTQ ultras,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess, or
yeah, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you'd like to call them. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for me, like, I just don't want it to
Harry,
be
it
like.
doesn't. It can't work. That strategy can't work. If they buy it, the government will not allow it to stand. The actual government, the same government that made Chelsea sell their club. Same thing is going to happen.
Hmm.
I mean, Eddie should know better. Eddie, you live there, right? You live in England, right?
Yeah, I don't really
So
know, like, well, I'm not a lawyer and all that stuff,
no, no.
but
I
it's
mean,
like
they won't allow
yeah,
these things to be forced on, right?
yeah. There's certain thing like I don't see the Qatari guys putting in a bid unless they knew that there was a way to really own this club. They wouldn't waste their time. There's got to be some kind of vetting process they have to go through, like because they were able to host, a World Cup.
Yeah.
They went through certain processes, which
Mm-hmm.
and okay, people say FIFA is corrupt, but it's like you got to say what organization doesn't have a little bit of corruptness. There's going to be maybe some loophole that these Qatari guys use to come
Mm-hmm.
and own this club. I mean, for me, overall, if the Qataris just abide by what is culturally sound, what is culturally appropriate here, then I'm fine with it. What if they're, what I mean, just fix up and abide by the law here, then it's cool. I'm all right with that. I mean, we can't act like there's other billionaires that don't have skeletons in their closets. There's a lot of billionaires that have done bad things that we might not even know of. The Glazers, come on, the way they bought the club, there's got to be something in their past which is
Come on now.
violated some kind of rules or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I also do think it's important to not be like kind of being stereotypical when it comes to certain groups to be like, oh, okay, because somebody comes from that country, that automatically means that they abide by those rules and whatnot. And you know what I'm saying? Like for me,
yeah,
okay, my parents are from Somalia and whatnot. I don't agree with everything. Just,
exactly.
I got my own opinions. You know what I'm saying? I don't like with it being, yeah, but we, some people saying no, no, for the Qataris. It's not that somebody's saying this is, the owners that are coming in, that's the government. It's individuals who happens to be from said country. Like, people, come on, you know? It does that's just what I feel. I don't want to automatically just be labeling and being like, okay,
Yeah,
nope, you're
I
from
think, I
that
think
country. Sorry.
I think it's only the issue of they may have links to the government. Like there may be like an oligarch, like
I get
Roman
that.
Abramovich with the Russian government. Like it may that's why there's got to be these the committee or whoever vets the new
It's like
owners
the rain
to
group,
research.
there's been people saying, okay, you're obviously being clear what you've been saying prior to setting in a bid and whatnot or being in the process, you have to kind of be cleared.
Yeah,
There have to be somebody saying, okay, check, not put in your bid. Now you can be in the process, start the full process with trying to buy the club and whatnot. I don't know. I don't want to automatically just be like, no. But also, I completely do, respect other people's opinion and whatnot or what they feel. I just don't want to, like I said, just what's the word that I'm looking for? There's a certain word, but I can't come.
Stereotype.
Yeah, in a way, basically.
I
You know,
think I've come to this conclusion because people come on the live stream and go, "What do you want? Is it ethical and all that?" I look at it this way. I think whoever we get, people are not going to like. There's going to be people that don't like whoever is the owner. Think about it: sports washing, greenwashing, another investment company, some guy who says fan ownership but doesn't actually know how we're going to get it. It's like, no, there are any owner we get, people aren't going to be happy about. It just matters. It just the only difference I would say is the number of people. I don't think anyone wants. I don't think 100% of our community wants any one of these owners. So based on that, it's
it's
going to
kind of
be
divided.
unethical. One, yeah, it's like sports washing is one of them. Greenwashing is one of them. One is another investment company who knows how shady they're going to be, and one is some guy who says we're going to work off an app. Like no one's going to be down for any of these theories.
Hmm.
Like, sorry, I shouldn't say nobody. Everybody is not going to be down for any of these theories. So
Also, I want to address Zoe. Can you elaborate, Zoe? What is this? Do I behave in a bad way like others do? Don't we teach our children to stay away from bad, evil people? Why now have double standards? Can you
it's
elaborate?
very
it,
very
it, it was
poor.
the pushback on
Very,
Eddie's
hold on,
statement.
let me
Yeah,
answer it
yeah.
because like she was saying something before this, saying if you support Qatari, you support bad behavior. I mean, I don't know if she. I think she might have put that after you were just saying about not everyone is going to support what the Qatari government is doing. Not everyone's going to be aligned with, oh, we're against gays. Oh, we're violating migrant workers, rights and all that stuff. Not everyone's going to be like that. You know what I mean? So there's obviously bad people in what do you call it, the UK government, and there's been a lot of people that have represented the UK government have done bad things, on a political level, on a global level. So it's like you can't just think like the UK is or the England is just the good behaved country out of.
Mm,
We could go through a history of a lot of violations that's happened with
even in Norway,
people
it's
that
this
represent England.
Western
Isn't
world
it?
thing with it being like, okay, wow, it's so pure. No, I live in Norway. There's just shit happening here as well. Come on now, people. It
I
ain't all
mean, I
roses and
mean,
peaches. Come on now.
I mean, as an Indian person supporting an English club, uh,
Hey,
do we even do I
hey,
actually even need to go say anything
no,
after
brother.
that? It's like, I mean, like,
We
come
all
on,
understood.
yeah, it's 2023.
Yeah,
Let's jog on with our day, shall we? Like
Yeah.
like
Cool.
I mean, like, respectfully, I understand Zoe's passion. I appreciate
of
it.
course.
Uh, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, nobody's hands are going to be clean. So
Yeah,
Yeah. Twalumba
if there were,
mentioned,
if let
yeah,
me put it this way: if somebody's hands were clean, I think all of us would get behind it. Let's just put it that way.
maybe. Yeah, probably.
That's not true. Yeah, of course, I agree with Alumba as well.
Yeah, Talumba saying, relax, everyone. We are different people with different opinions. Let's not crucify each other because of that. I feel like that is for sure very spot on. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's that simple. And I've been saying, like, this is, we're safe space to have, different set of opinions and whatnot, but let's not, like Talumba is saying, let's not crucify each other. We can teach each other and whatnot, but it's okay to have different opinions. It's that simple. So he said, Eddie, I'm sorry, I don't agree. No matter what you think of England, they wouldn't. Okay. I think we're going to a left field here, Zoe. Zoe, bring it back, Zoe. Zoe, come, come, come. Bring it back. Okay. Zoe, it's fine. Your hands are clean. My hands are clean as well. I think
uh,
the gentleman's hands are clean as well. Zoe, now we're going into a different type of territory that I don't want to be a part of right now. So we go back to the football. Yep, Harry, I think that's right. Let's talk about football for sure. But yeah, no, I mean we've literally had a very good conversation throughout. Maybe went a little bit sideways, but hey, that
yeah.
sometimes happen. We
But
ain't ESPN
I
over
mean,
here.
we're gonna have
Zoe,
to address it eventually, guys,
yeah.
because eventually this ownership race is going to heat up, and then we're back at square one. We can't avoid it until
No,
we
I
get
get
new
it.
owners anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. You just got. I think Zoe. I suggest she just goes and looks at English history and what is still going on with what the English government and people that even have businesses that are not even connected to the government, what they go and do. There's a certain thing in terms of trade. There's unfair trade that goes on. There's wars that are caused for certain resources.
Brother, speak
Which,
on it.
hey, England's been part of these kind of things happening. So we can't just crucify when we see someone else committing a crime, and then we're in a country where literally government and other businesses have been responsible for crimes globally. Just do your research, Zoe. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's important. Very important. And I agree with Harry here. Remember to subscribe to Eddie, Nathan, Sophia. English people
Yeah.
aren't squeaky clean. English in India weren't great people. Come on now.
Harry, you won't believe the amount of shit I get from people who subscribe to me because I support England in the World Cup. You won't believe. Even though there are people who pick Portugal, and Portugal had a colony where I stay. The state of Goa in India is a Portuguese colony, and people support Ronaldo. I don't go after them. It's I don't want any part of this shit, man. I came here for sports. I didn't come here for any of this crap. Like, really, I couldn't be bothered. Like, I get so much flack for supporting England. Like, so much. You have no idea. Like, because I'm an English content creator in India, they go, "Why are you not speaking Hindi? Why are you not speaking this?" Indian fans won't want to watch your thing because a lot of them don't speak English necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much flack for this shit, man. And I'm like, listen,
Well, I
I'm gonna
get
do
it.
me. If it doesn't work, I'll just quit YouTube. I'm not gonna change who I am because it's not worth it
Nope,
for me.
never do that.
It's
You
not.
gotta
It's not
focus
worth
on
it for
what
me.
you want to. Most important thing is you're the
I
one
will
making
not
it.
enjoy. I will not enjoy it. Like I go on Twitter sometimes. I see Eddie on Twitter, like just like random things. I like see people like hit back at him on it. I'm like, come on, man. Just if you don't like it, don't say anything. Like you don't have to. You don't have to be mean. You can respect. You can disagree. Respectfully disagree, or you can just do something with your own time, man. Like go somewhere else. Like, like
Yeah, yeah.
I see it. I see
That's
it on.
it.
I see it on Eddie's Twitter, and I'm like, man, I'm not. Can't be bothered with this. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean
Can't
that's
be.
life. People are gonna like what do you call it? Some people get fascinated by things that they dislike as well. They want to actually have an argument. They find it entertaining, or whatever it is that keeps
Mm-hmm.
them doing that. So it's like you are wasting energy when you're watching something that you don't agree with. You can go somewhere else. That's
Yeah,
the
I
beauty.
just decide
Of free
to.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. If there's something I disagree with and whatnot, like there can be YouTube videos that I be watching, and I'm like, okay, this is triggering me a bit. I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna move on to something else. I'm not gonna start to be going back. I ain't got time for that. No.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what I do when I watch a Kane or Maguire interview. I just go, you know what? Let's
See,
just
this
move on
guy's
with our
got
day.
Nathan's got an agenda. Okay, Kane
I
Exactly.
said
agenda.
Maguire. I
Huh?
said Maguire.
I
Oh,
Did
thought
come
you
you?
on.
said
You
Kane.
listening to
Didn't you
Maguire?
wait a
You
minute?
not
Didn't
say
you say
Kane?
Kane and Maguire?
I said Kane and Maguire.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
see, that
I
is a
said Kane
time
and
to
I
speak
said
Exactly
Kane
like
and Maguire.
shoppers have a Legos agenda, huh?
You know
You
what
got a
I should
Kane
have done?
agenda.
What I should have done is I should have said when I see Harry do an interview,
You
but just
should
leave it at
just.
that.
I
uh,
mean, we.
That's what I should have. When I see Harry do an interview, I'm like,
Yeah, the Harrys doing it. Oh Lord have mercy. There's a question that I wanted just to quickly, or two questions actually, quickly before we wrap up. Ravi asked question: depending on your summer window, are United title challengers next season? Ooh, okay. Nathan
definitely,
is saying, mm-hmm.
definitely,
I'm not
for
saying
sure.
anything yet. I don't want the pressure on Ten Hag. Okay, Ten Hag puts pressure on himself because
Fair
he says,
enough.
"I want to win every game." Eh? Win every game. It's like
Eh,
he's got to
Spot
get the
on.
formula right.
Wow.
He's got to get the
Wait,
formula right. Get the
ooh,
formula right. Come on.
do it one more time. That was, I love it. Love
Speaking
it.
of good interviews, that's
Ah,
always a good interview.
that was good.
Got to get the formula right. Eh? Come
The,
on. That's my impression.
I love that. Oh, that is a good. And I see it. I mean, potentially we could, but I really am. The season. It'll be exciting to see how it concludes or how it ends. But even more exciting to see, the window and whatnot. Especially if we do, like I said, not to go back to the ownership, but if we do get new owners and whatnot, and we find out, the budget and all that, then hopefully we spend some peace and we spend it correctly as well, and we figured all that ish out, and then hey, maybe it can happen
Apparently, Paul Mitchell is could be on the free market again, which is like, oh my god, if we get Paul Mitchell,
tomorrow now.
Yeah.
ooh,
We need a
Tomorrow now.
football guy. Yeah, I wanted
oh
Ralph
yes,
Ragnick to be staying and getting his chance,
yeah,
man. I mean, I miss this guy, the guy who told the truth. The guy knew how to recognize diamonds in the rough. I'll never forget when I saw that. Ralph, I think he valued what were these two players? Enzo, is it what's his name?
yeah. It's and he wanted Enzo Fernandez, he wanted Christopher Nkunku,
Yeah,
uh,
there was two players that he said he could get for 20
Caicedo,
mil. I think it was
Caicedo.
Enzo and Julian Alvarez actually that he
Yeah,
quoted.
it was Alvarez,
Yeah.
Absolutely
Caicedo,
yes.
But
Fernandez,
he said
Nkunku.
their value could have been just 30 million for Alvarez and Enzo.
Imagine that.
Yeah, and they're going for that 100
Caicedo
million.
for five. Caicedo for five
Now
mil.
that pisses me
Yeah.
the f off, man.
This is why you
Lord,
need football guys at the club. This is yeah. So if Paul Mitchell can come, he will have like a similar football IQ for recognizing talent. So we need someone better than Murto.
we do.
He was sitting with Ralph Ragnick at one of the under 21 under 23 games, right? You saw that picture? where they were
Yeah,
watching the under 23s play together. Yeah, they were. I don't know where they. I don't know what the name of the ground is, or is it Carrington only? I'm not sure. Under 23s, they're both sitting there watching under 23s play. I'm like, look how chill these people are. They're like, they shouldn't be here, but they're just like sitting here chilling, watching the kids play. Like
Just
this is the kind of people we need.
mm.
Ah,
Harry has been
is
pushing
what
this. He's the Barcelona support, so he's been saying like, "How about this? We'll give you Sergio Roberto, and you give us a bit." Said, "How about no, Harry? I don't want your sloppy seconds." No, he's been pushing Sergio Roberto to be like, you, because I've been saying like, "Hey, Frankie De Jong." He's like, "Nope, but we can give you Sergio Roberto." No, Harry, no, and you will not take Sabitzer. No, you keep Sergio Roberto.
Mm.
Also, Ansu Fati. Dang, I feel bad for the kid.
I heard
Injured.
Sergio Roberto that had a good game against Real Madrid in that latest Clasico. He was man of the match, so I don't
Oh,
know. Maybe he's getting to some form, or maybe
I
it's just
think
a
I think
one-off.
they have to unload some players because of their wage bill, right? I
Yeah, did you
heard
hear what
I,
they're
I
doing
saw
with
yesterday
Fati?
Busquets is getting 30 million euros a year. Someone
Yeah, that's
someone
mad.
posted that somewhere. 30 million euros a year. Sergio
That's
Busquets.
crazy. Yeah, did you hear that? They had to take Gavi off of a professional contract and put him back in the youth because they can't afford.
Uh,
But yeah,
I, I,
oh
I,
yeah,
I,
yeah. You want Gavi? Huh?
I,
yes, I take Gavi
uh,
Come
in
on
a.
now.
What is
I wouldn't
Nathan
mind
actually
Gavi.
about? How are you not saying yes already over
no,
No,
McTominay?
I said
I'll
yes. I
tell you
said,
why. I'll tell
brother, I
I'll
said
tell you why
yes.
because I'll tell you why because I don't know about Iqbal, Savage, and Mabry. Mabry?
Who cares about them, man? We've seen what Gavi can do.
What? They
Come on,
are players. What do you mean? Who cares about
I'm
them?
releasing
Who
all
else
of
is
them
going to
for
care about
free.
them?
I'm releasing all of them
Oh,
for free, and I'm getting
Eddie,
Gavi.
how Eddie? You said I was brutal for calling
Wait.
Harry
One,
Kane
one
glass
thing.
ankles,
You are,
and now you're saying who cares about
Wait.
our youth players? Come on
One
now.
thing.
but we're
Zoe,
talking
I
about
did
Gavi
not put.
though.
I just need to address this. Zoe, I mean, I did not put you on timeout. So it's okay. I don't know if it was one of my mods who did it, but I did not put you on timeout. I thought
Wasn't
this
me
was a
though.
non-racist to English
Hands
people.
up, yeah.
First and foremost, like, okay, we're not.
I
Zoe,
would have timed you out if I had the privileges of being a mod, but I didn't.
yeah, but Zoe, up to you. Up to you. Once again, free world, we move. Thank you for the time, Zoe. Bye. We move.
Right, Zoe.
Uh, but okay, wait. So you said no to Gabby?
Not exactly. What I said is we have Iqbal and Savage and Mabry and does
Nathan, we've
nobody
seen what
want our
Gavi
youth players
can
to play
do.
for our team? I don't understand.
Wait,
Does
yeah,
anyone
no, no,
want
no.
our
I
youth players to
do.
play?
I do want to. I especially do want to see Zidane Iqbal. I do want to see him
I want to see
because we
Mabry, the
saw him
Tunisian
during the.
sensation. Yeah, let's go. Look at his hair. The David Luiz hair. Yeah, come on. Let's go. Come on.
But seriously, Nathan, we've seen what Gavi can do. Like he's pretty
No,
much
I,
like
I'm not
a
saying
big
I'm not saying I'm not
component
saying I
of
wouldn't take him.
Barcelona winning
You
the
know what,
Liga
Eddie?
with Pedri.
I'm going to have to tell you something. I am very worried about this quota thing
You
because we
are.
have so many because we have so many players to get rid of. I'm not even making a joke. It seems very monotonous because you're like telling me these players, and all I want to say is the quota, the quota, the quota. Because I can't believe how much dead wood we have, like in both quotas. And then we need to fill those quotas back in. And it's like, do I want players? Yeah, but what do we do with the players we can't sell? It's very frustrating to me personally. Like, what do we do if Phil Jones sits one more season? What do we do if
This
Maguire
is
doesn't want
why
to go?
Nathan. This is why we need these new owners because with the Glazers, it's going to stay with the problems that we're talking about now. People are not going to be transferred out. Okay, I'm sure new owners that come in, they know that this squad is such a patchwork squad that you're gonna have to take a lot of losses on players. Like a lot of players are not going to be wanted, like we've discussed. It's gonna be like we're saying, trying to meet the quotas and all that. You're just gonna have to release a couple of
No,
players.
I don't. That's what I completely agree with what you're saying, Eddie. I hope they all get released, the ones we don't want. The problem is,
And we don't have to do it all in
if,
one window. Remember that, Nathan. We got more than one
but
Not
window.
all
but
has to be done in one
but
window,
okay. So
Nathan.
let's just put a hypothetical out here. Okay, maybe then I'll be a little less stressed. Okay. If we can't get rid of Tuanzebe and Maguire, for example, let's just go centre backs, right? Because we need new ones. Let's just go centre backs. If we can't get rid of the English quota, already have 8 foreigners, and we have Lindelof and Varane and Martinez. What do we do? Like, do we get another English player? Like, what do we do? Like, how do we get rid of players to get new players? I'm not saying they have to be 80 million. It's like just players. How do we get them? That's what I'm worried about. If we and remember one thing, Eddie, we cannot let Maguire go off the free. It's not going to look good for our club. Maguire, we can't do that.
We already
Jones
don't,
probably, Tuanzebe probably,
we
but
already don't look
Maguire, we
good.
can't do that.
We've just mentioned the players that are gone for free, like Pogba and all that. We already don't look good. But
Yeah.
you know what looks worse is to keep Maguire when clearly this guy is he's not even a squad player for me. Like, why do we have to change our football when he comes on? Like, we do high press most of the time, and then as soon as we put in Maguire, low block football. It's like,
I ain't having that no
I don't
more.
care if we
And
lose
the
80
thing
million.
that breaks your heart, the thing that breaks my heart, Eddie, is every time Bruno has to go and like put that armband on. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on.
That's oh
Come
no.
on.
Oh my
Because
god.
because when he doesn't come on the pitch, everyone's like, Bruno is such a shit captain. Oh my god, can't believe he's leading our team. It's time to get a new captain. And then when we're winning and like Bruno has to go like for the last 5 minutes, like, there you go, captain. Enjoy the armband for the next 5 minutes. And you're like,
Mm.
what
Well, yeah,
is
just
this shit? Like, what are we doing?
coming back to one of your points there, I think that, like I was saying, there are some good English players out there. It may not be Mason Mount, like I said earlier, but it may be some other guys that are English that will be good. There is other players.
Yeah, for
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
there is. I just hope we can get rid of them with not on the free and get players. That's what I hope. That's what I'm worried about. Certain players we
Okay.
can't afford to go for free, man. It doesn't look good for us, you know. Forget the loss. The loss is I don't care. We can sell Maguire for 5 million even. But main thing is we can't let them go for free anymore, man. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I think we all agree with that. That definitely is something that we got to fix up with the new owners or whoever comes in. We can't keep doing that. We can't keep, we got to also be able to get profit in terms of sales and whatnot. Like, come on now. I'm not even good
That
with math, but
FFP
like,
that
no,
FFP
come
works
on.
on that FFP works on profits and revenues. We need that profits.
We
We need
do.
those revenues.
We do.
That's another thing.
100%. For sure.
It's all a pain. It's all a big pain.
It really is.
It's a very, it's a very important end of the season, beginning of the next season. It's very important for us.
100%. I agree. Harry has put all, y'all links in the
So
description box. Big up to
Oh,
Harry.
Harry, you don't need to apologize, man. Like
Oh,
as long
Harry,
as
you
you
don't need to.
understand where we're
I
coming
know.
from, you don't need to apologize. It's
Yeah.
like it's
big
not
up to
It's
necessary.
good,
Harry,
Harry.
man.
Big
Big
up.
up.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Big up, Harry. For sure. Yeah, guys, this has been interesting,
Yeah.
but good. Stream for sure. I
Very
mean,
interesting.
hey. Oh,
This, yeah.
Albert says, please take Mason Mount. We don't want him at Liverpool. Oh,
Uh,
yeah, Albert,
You know, this is
Uncle
you
Albert.
know this is always this is how you know we shouldn't buy him.
Exactly.
When Liverpool fans are going, yeah,
Fans.
you can take him. We don't,
And when
we're
Chelsea
good.
fans are saying, like, yeah,
but all I'm
come
saying
on.
is he's an upgrade on McTominay. That's all I'm saying. Okay,
I mean,
we're doing
fair enough.
our rebuild in steps. Okay, maybe we
Fair
can get
enough.
a amount for 1 or 2 years and then upgrade. That's what I'm
Fair
saying.
enough. Yeah. Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I still
That's
don't
not
want
to
him, but
meet
I
the
see what you're
point.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once again, Harry, no need. Harry, you good? We cool, bro. We cool. We cool.
Yeah,
You
you
know
Why
know
what?
don't
my,
we
my
take?
I
point.
like that. I like see Harry and me we're like that. Why don't we take
Yeah,
Wout on a permanent? Let's go.
but yeah, Harry, you don't
Let's
have
go.
to apologize on behalf of people. Thanks for showing our channels, telling people to subscribe. We appreciate that, man.
Big
Great,
up,
great guy there.
100%. That is Harry sub to both. Hey, big up, Des.
Thank
Des is
you.
a Liverpool fan as
Hey
well. So
Daz,
hey,
what's up?
come on now. Albert.
Um, can I ask you a question that since were talking about strikers, are
Yeah.
you okay with Vegas coming on a permanent deal?
Oh,
No, the reason I ask Eddie is because again, right? We can't spend all the strikers we want cost a lot of dough. So what is our backup? That's what I'm worried about. So would you take him
um,
on a permanent? Because
I'm
I don't think
taking.
company is going to use him. So
I want to see.
Oh
Look,
damn.
if we're talking about Vehicle side, I'm saying I'm just going to go to my academy. I might as well get someone from there that is
Woo.
just going to run That's all Vegas does: run and pass. I could get someone from the academy that will put in that work. I don't
Mm,
want to see Vegas there, slow, moving slow,
mm.
like Maguire up front. This guy, the best things I've seen is when he's trying to cut out, trying to win the ball back up front. Like we need someone that can actually score, not just pressing. Sorry, but Vegas is not enough, man. You
I
know,
mean,
he's
hey,
gonna
fair.
be cancelled as
Would I
well.
want
For like two
that?
goals and like what 15 appearances. I don't know.
That is, oh
Rubbish,
God.
man.
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I have been liking with him,
Okay.
but I did expect a bit more. I did
Yeah.
expect a little, because I was thinking, oh, we needed somebody, goals, yada yada yada. But hey,
And I'm
but we'll
sorry,
see.
Sophia, we
Yep.
can't have someone that's that tall and not be good in the air as well. That is a paradox
Well,
for
he
me.
is good in the air. He's been.
He's not good in the air.
Hold on, Ed. Wait,
I've
Eddie.
seen a lot of
I remember one thing
matches
really
where
clear.
he's losing headers. I've seen so many, and
But
people have complained
but
about this
but I
too.
remember I remember one thing very clearly because we were talking about this with Ali and I think Choppers was there too. Uh, we were playing in such a way at some point of time that he used to be the third center back and actually win headers. Like,
Yeah.
see, listen, I don't know what Ten Hag is telling him to do. All I can tell you is what I see. Like, if Ten Hag tells him to drop in as third center back in certain situations, I don't know. I'm not going to question Ten Hag that way.
I,
But
if we
I
see that
mean,
next
listen,
season,
listen. I think if he's doing what Ten Hag tells him to do, then it's a win-win. If he's not doing what Ten Hag tells him to do, then I don't think he should be signed. Myself, I will be the first person to say that. But if he's doing what Ten Hag tells him to do, then I think it changes the argument a little bit. That's all I'm saying. I mean, like,
Sophia,
think
did you
about
say
it.
you're
Right?
signing
Like,
him?
Eddie, if I was your manager, right? For example, let's say you're a winger, and if I'm your manager and I tell you, make sure you mark the left winger. Forget the right back. He's too slow. He's Maguire on the right back. He's Dan Burn, whatever. Okay, and you just make sure this left winger doesn't do anything. Like shut him down completely. And if you shut him down completely, and that's your job, and everyone goes, "Yeah, what is he doing? He's used." I'm like, no, 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 no. The coach is telling him what to do. You people are just not happy with what he's doing. Like the coach is telling me what to do.
I
Like
get
I
what you're
have.
saying. He follows instructions. Okay, that's
And
cool.
hey, I praise him for that. Like I said, I haven't been like on his case per se and whatnot. I still
You
think
need
he
choppers for
does
that.
offer choppers. Is definitely more.
Choppers loves Vegas.
He has a Vegas
Eddie.
agenda.
So it should be like this: Eddie, me, and Choppers, and we all just talk about Vegas for like an hour. Just go back and forth, and we air it out.
I don't think I could
It'll be
survive
so
that one.
fun.
I need therapy after that stream if I was on
Woo! Lord have
that.
mercy.
But what was the person that just put out the last one? If he's third choice, then I'd be like, okay, because his third choice gonna actually play games. Yeah, okay, you can sit there then. You can just sit on the bench, sit in the squad, like doing
And you
nothing.
haven't for certain. Maybe.
You can play what game?
Third choice would mean he's behind Martial. If Martial, we don't sell Martial and we buy a new striker, so that would be third choice. Correct?
I don't know, but I want to know if he's third choice, he's hardly going to play any games. So I'll probably, if we had to sign him, I'd be like, okay, third
He'll
choice.
play in the cup. He'll
Yeah,
play in the
don't
cup
do it.
games for sure. He'll play in the cup
Yeah.
games.
I wouldn't mind that. To be honest, I wouldn't mind that.
I suppose it
But we'll
depends
see.
on how much we can get him for. If we can get him for under 5, I think it's a steal.
I'll
Maybe.
take him with his
Consider
straight. That's it. Yeah. Maybe you'll
Oh,
have to pay us money to get a move here.
oh wow. Oh wow.
imagine at the end of the season he has 10 goals now, and everyone would be like, didn't expect that. But
I would
okay.
love for him to just go on a
Wow.
run and be like bam, bam, bam,
I mean,
That'd be
miracles do happen, but I don't see that one. I'm
imagine
sorry.
just like, a couple of the
Eddie,
last couple
picture
matches.
this. Europa League final. Wout Vegas with the winner. Oh boy. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Oh,
I would love
someone's
us
gonna
to
have
be in
to.
the final. I can't imagine Vegas winning it for us.
I mean, hey,
Maybe
you never know.
Rashford.
Oh, Albert says, "Will you guys buy Mo Salah? We're selling." Oh my god.
Oh, Mo Salah. Ah.
If you are indeed selling Albert, I believe Real Madrid requires the right winger. I think they'll be very happy to take him off of you.
But
He wouldn't
Salah
be
over
coming to us.
Antony though. If we could do
He
Salah
would
over
never
No,
come
no,
to
no, no.
us.
I'm saying Real Madrid want a right winger.
Yeah.
And
I'm just saying
they
about if Man United
Salah over
were,
Anthony.
if Man United were to there. I mean, obviously we wouldn't go for a Liverpool player, but I'd take him over
But
Anthony.
hypothetically,
Anthony
I mean,
is not doing it. He's not dribbling. Salah can dribble, and we've seen all of the goals he can get. He's a lethal player when he's on form. So obviously, I take Salah. That's me. That's me.
we'll sell Hakpo too. Get out of here, Albert. Get outta here.
They're not giving him a chance though. Yeah. He looked all
What
right
the?
against us. I don't want to
I
even
mean, he
remember.
looked. Oh, that was so. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was horrible to watch.
Oh,
Uh,
Albert, I genuinely wasn't going there.
Yeah, he actually he did not mean.
My friends who I watch Real Madrid streams on with them because I don't do La Liga watch-alongs. I hear them talking about Mo Salah a lot. So I was just passing it on to you actually.
Yeah,
Also, if you are aware, they definitely do need a right winger because
and hey,
Valverde is
Albert,
not a right winger.
maybe that can work out.
I mean, as
You
long
never
as
know,
you get the cash, Albert, what do you care about?
right?
As long as you get paid, right? You
Hey,
can
come
buy
on now.
someone you want then.
Yeah, for sure. Good evening. Good evening.
Mr.
Here.
DT.
Yeah, that's. I double checked. That's just a
I
hey.
just I just wanted to go. So what did he say? I'm tired of this Robbie. I was like, oh, just looking
What
at
is
that.
it?
No. When's it going to stop, Robbie? That's what he said. Oh, that was an epic line of
Oh,
their
mm,
so
AFTV.
miserable. They were so
oh,
miserable at
oh.
one point of time. It was so much fun to
Can
watch.
the misery come again, please,
Of
for Arsenal
course, they're
fans?
not
I
winning the
miss
league. They're not
Banter
winning the league
FC.
next season.
I miss Banter FC so much. I mean, they're not going to come back anytime soon because they play the best football in the division.
I know,
I'm sorry
but
to say it, but yeah.
if
You
they
think they
missed
are a
out on the
contender
league,
next season?
hmm?
Do you guys think they are a contender next season after if they win this one?
Oh yes, for sure.
You think
I
Because
think
so?
they will
Oh,
be
okay.
amongst it.
yeah,
But I
because
don't see him doing it.
remember they're going to add some better players too.
Yeah, I mean, if they go for it, if they do win it, which I don't think will happen. Well, let's say if they do win it this season, then obviously you would want to go again. You
Yeah,
did it, which wasn't even in the trajectory and whatnot. That wasn't even in the plans this season. This season was
yeah,
okay, top four, maybe a trophy.
yeah,
They're getting the big one. Come on now. Which,
yeah.
not that I'm saying it will, but you never know. Or it says, no, I don't think Arsenal will win. I don't think it either. I think they might fumble at the end. Not that I
Yeah,
want to see
I don't
City
think they've
winning
got
it,
enough
but
experience, have they? They've got the youngest manager, youngest squad, and like we saw last season, right? In the home straight of the season, they were messing up getting even Champions League. I
hmm
remember when we were on the happy hour on Botswana Papi's channel, and
yeah, yep.
yeah, Rich was saying he thinks Arsenal's going to win because he's saying they're more toughened up from the fact that they bottled top four last season. They've learned from bottling that. But
hmm
isn't a title race a whole different level
That's a
from
whole
getting
different
top
level,
four?
my G,
Yeah. So there's going to be way more pressure for them. I think there's going to be
for
too much
sure.
at the end. So yeah, I
Especially
don't think
now
it's
that they also, they're not in the Europa League anymore. So it's like, okay, you got to go for this one. You got to go for it.
yeah,
So it might be like, oh, could they handle it at the end of the day? We don't
yeah.
know.
It's either going to be two things because you got to look at it. Because yeah, Rich did make a good point. He's thinking, or they're going to have enough rest to just focus on that one competition. They're not going to be distracted as well. But then again, all of the pressure is now on that cup now, so it could go both ways. I reckon it's going to be too much pressure because, like I'm saying, they're too young still. The manager's too young, not enough experience.
I see that as well. You agree, Nathan?
I think it all weighs down on the reverse fixture with City. I
Yeah,
really think I was just having a look at the I can see the table from here. It's City have a game in hand. If they win the game in hand, they're 5 points away. Even if they beat Arsenal, they're still 2 points behind. So it's not like it's a given.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if you guys have seen the last of the 10 Arsenal fixtures. They pretty much have to play a lot of the top 10 teams. So
yeah,
yeah. Oh,
Albert
sorry,
put
Albert. I didn't see that there, but thank you. I was going to guess some
yeah,
of them, but thank you for
exactly.
putting it up there.
Liverpool,
That's
Man
one, two,
City,
three, four,
Chelsea.
five. That's
hmm
five. That's five teams right there in the top 10. So
Exactly. And what I'm saying is, like, let's say, they do play like a. Remember when they played Man City in the cup and then they started to fumble a bit? They went on like a bad
Was it
run then.
4 games? They didn't win a fourth. Yeah, they
Yeah,
had a little
and then
mini
they
crash.
met them again in the league. They lost
Yeah,
at. Was that at home? No, that was that
yeah.
at the.
Was at the Emirates.
That was at Etihad.
Was that at it?
Which
Oh, it
one? Which one
was.
you talking
Isn't that
about? Emirates
Etihad?
or the
No,
league
wasn't it
game?
at the Emirates?
The league game was at the Emirates. Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
The next third one, obviously the reverse fixture, that gonna be at the Etihad. So that's going to be. I feel like if they end up losing, let's say both of them win, all of their games up until that fixture when they meet each other, and let's say City have that mental kind of upper hand if per se, and they win that game, I would say probably maybe you probably see, even though City would be like, okay, what, 2 points behind and whatnot, maybe then I feel like Arsenal potentially could crumble after that point.
So a lot of games, man. Those last 10 games.
Yeah,
I mean,
and also,
psychologically, they're going to
yeah,
seem like longer than 90 minutes for them. You know
yep,
what I mean? Because
100%.
yeah,
And the
so
small, the bottom
they gotta
teams will
play
be up
Man
for it as
City.
well. Yep.
They gotta play Man City on the 27th,
Mm-hmm.
and then they gotta play Chelsea on the 29th.
Come on now.
wow. The fixtures are not kind, man. There's like not enough time
They're
to
not
recover.
kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. That's what I'm saying, man. But yeah, obviously I wouldn't want Man City to win it, but I just think they're just too experienced to
Hmm.
allow Arteta this soon to win the league. I don't think it's quite their time yet. Maybe in a couple of seasons time, because like we see their football, some of their football they play, the 1-2s, counter pressing, high press, all of that. It's just like it's such a good formula to watch, and I hate it because yeah, we
Yeah, I've
miss
been watching
Man
a lot of
City.
Arsenal games as well. Like it pains me because my dad is a gooner. Like it pains me,
Oh,
legit. But they be playing entertaining. They be playing good football in a lot of the games this season, and it annoys the shit out of me. And I also been watching City games. But some of the games is like, oh my god,
oh.
I rather watch paint dry, but
Well,
it's the same.
City
Yeah,
playing, yeah. Yeah, it's weird with their
I'm not
formula.
gonna
I don't
lie.
know why it's been
Some of the
failed.
City games, not all, but most of the
Yeah,
City
formula.
games are a little bit like when they try to keep the ball too much. It's like, just, you see
Yeah.
Holland running, just give it to him, just do it.
Yeah. I
You
mean, they
see
did
him
that
doing a
against us,
run.
didn't they? Against Old Trafford, the way they were playing against us, just side to side for
It
ages.
was so
It
boring.
was
You
so
see
bad.
Holland literally running. It's like, give it to him. He's
Mhm.
right there. There's an opening. Like,
Yeah. Well, he
I
started
mean,
scoring recently, hasn't he? Like he's getting
he
like
has,
what,
he has.
5 goals,
That's what
all
I'm
of that
saying. I
kind of
think it's
stuff.
starting to click now. I do think it's
Yeah.
starting to click, but it depends. I think maybe Foden might be injured. I think he might have
Oh.
foregone surgery and whatnot. Holland obviously was,
Any
had to
any chance any
done.
chance that Man City catch up to them before they play each other?
How
Ooh.
many games is in
Wait,
between
wait,
that?
wait, wait,
Man?
wait. What was the
Uh,
games again?
Leeds, Liverpool, West Ham, Southampton. 4 games before they play each other.
I
What
think
if they fumble in one of those, because the thing is, the teams that are also in the relegation battle, they have something to play for as well. They don't need just need one. They need the points. So
Yeah, Leeds
we're
need
probably,
points, West Ham needs
yep.
points, Southampton need
Hmm.
points. They're all in relegation, and then the rest of the teams are all top 10
So
teams, except
may
for Wolves.
yeah, maybe like a fumbling could potentially happen in a game that you wouldn't predict. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like up with the bottom team. But hey, it's going to be interesting regardless. I'm so excited to see the Prem back this weekend. Oh, I cannot wait. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
yeah,
Albert says
definitely.
we'll beat Man City on Saturday, though. Albert, respectfully, I'm going to clip this and I'm going to come back to you on this. Albert is a Liverpool supporter, and Uncle Albert, brother, I oof. I
Yeah,
don't
I
think it's
don't
gonna.
see them doing anything. I mean, just
Yeah,
the high from beating us at United and then going down to Bournemouth
to
and
the cherries,
honestly
like,
getting
come
dumped out
on.
of the Champions League. I think any momentum that they should have got from beating us has just died now. And Man City, they're going to be hungry for that to keep up with Arsenal. So
I'm
yeah,
letting y'all
clip,
gonna get
clip that
slapped.
prediction. Clip that
I
prediction from
think
our.
I will, yeah,
on transfer market they're saying Phil Foden and Erling Haaland have injuries.
yeah. Hold on,
They might actually. Oh, I don't even want to say it. Never mind.
huh? Wait, say it,
I don't.
say it.
They might actually beat them if Foden and Haaland don't play.
No,
If Foden and Haaland don't play, you don't
no,
think they have a chance to beat them?
no. Julian
Maybe,
Alvarez is there. They got no.
maybe.
Letting you
I don't
know.
know because like City will still have Grealish and Mahrez. Grealish has been improved this season. Right, he looks more effective from what I've
It
seen.
annoys me, but yeah, it's true.
And then Julian Alvarez can do a job up front. He can, but yeah, if Haaland and Foden's missing, because they've got good chemistry too, it'll be a
They
big
do.
problem. So yeah, Liverpool could have a chance.
I don't see it, but hey, you
Oh,
never know.
he's having an appendectomy. He's not going to miss a lot of games. Never mind.
I
Who?
don't even know what that is. What kind
I
of
have no idea what
It's
that is.
when it's when you remove the appendix. It's
oh
Ah,
minimally it's a minimally incisive
Foden
surgery.
got
So
that right. Foden.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, it wasn't Hort. Yeah, Haaland, I believe, had like a groin injury. That was why he couldn't play in the two, qualifier games for
So
Norway.
they're saying he has adductor muscle problems, which is that in the groin area just above where your six pack
Yep,
begins, that area
yep.
inside. They're saying he's only going to miss one game though, so
hmm He could
important game,
potentially be
but
on the
he might
bench, though.
miss
He
it. Yeah.
he could be on the bench, and they may, if needs be, they might put him in. But we'll see. Phone is that for weeks? What is that for
Wow,
4 weeks?
for weeks.
Really?
Oof.
Albert says
wow,
we have everyone ready, even Luis Diaz. But would he be, okay, he's available and whatnot, but he hasn't played for a long time. Would he really be ready? You know what I'm saying? Regardless, Albert, we'll see. We will see. I'm gonna do a watch long for that, so that's gonna be fun. Hopefully, it's gonna be a good game. Oh wow, Albert! Once again, I am clipping this. This will be
two clips,
time
two.
clipped. It's done, Albert. Clipped.
Albert, you've jinxed it, mate. What
You
have you
jinxed
done?
it, Albert. Sorry. Oof. Ay ay ay. Regardless, people, we've been here for over 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But
Wow,
it's hey, the conversation have been flowing. We've been, it's been good. So big
yeah,
up to
been good.
my guest here. We have Eddie. Where can the people find you, Eddie?
Yeah, you can find me at Eddie's Footy Waffle or Eddie's Football Waffle. I'm on YouTube. I do mostly reactions to Manchester United. I've done reactions to other teams before. I've got animation as well, so look out for that. I might be doing
Very good.
something. Yeah, thank you for supporting that. I might be doing something to do with like the takeover. So just
Woo,
yeah,
I
keep
cannot wait.
if you subscribe, turn on your notifications, look out for that. But yeah, thanks for having me on. It's been good talking to yourself. And Nathan, it's been interesting. So yeah, thanks again, guys.
Big up. I will talk. What about you, Nathan? Where can the people find you, bro?
The names on the title, the Sportsnut Nathan at Instagram and YouTube. I do watch alongs for UFC and cricket. I'm going to start the IPL now and football. And Nathan DeMello on it's Nathan DeMello on Twitter. But yeah,
Hey,
thank you guys for
big up.
having me. I had real fun talking to Eddie. I know he said it's interesting, but I just had a lot of fun. Really,
Nice one, man.
imagine Vegas on a permanent. I'm going to be like, told you, Eddie. I'm going to be on Twitter. The only time I interact with Eddie on Twitter, I'm like, told you this is going to happen.
I,
Man,
I,
woo!
I might even cry if that happens, to be honest. That's how deep it goes with me. I want to see a bad boy striker next season. I
What if
don't
we
want to
see
see
a
any more
bad boy
bad boy
striker and
strikers.
Man,
a veggie?
I want Ivan the Terrible, man. Give me Sar Ivan. Come on.
Sir
Give
Ivan.
him.
Anyone
Give
but
me
Bobo.
Sar Ivan.
Hey, we'll see. Regardless, people,
Center
I
back,
will.
center back. Where goes center back? Third center back. Back three.
I
Come
mean,
on.
rather that than Maggie. There we
That
go.
is true.
But yeah, people, I will be back. When will I be back? I was initially going to be back tomorrow, but I don't think I'll be getting much sleep and tonight because of the thingy here. So also, it's going to be a pretty hectic day at work tomorrow since next week is going to be like an Easter holiday here in Norway. I
Yeah.
decided to take some days off from work, so I'm going to have like a almost 2 week off from my part-time job. And hey, I'm ready. I cannot wait. Love my job, but I need a break. I need a break. Regardless, people, I will probably be back on Friday for a match preview for Newcastle versus Man United. So yeah, I'll see you then. Big up. Wish you a lovely day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, where you are in the world, and we are out. Peace. Goodbye, people.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.